Nature isn't as quiet as you think it is. It is loud, so incredibly loud, but not in the way you're familiar with. Not with the growls and snarls of animals, the sound of the wind whirling, or even the waves crashing upon the sand. It speaks and it sings in every little breath and movement. When the stars twinkle, it's music. The knot in a tree, a single message of the trunk's thoughts and memories. Every ocean current, a murmur of the path it has yet to take. And all of these small intricacies of the world press upon me, willing me to lend my ears to their thoughts and desires, their life and their future. It's overwhelming. And yet, if I had to turn my back on the song that follows my every step, that rocks me to sleep as I slumber beneath the night sky, only emptiness awaits. I'd be falling back into a hollow life, straining for something that is always just beyond my reach. And so I'm here, blooming with the melody that grows every day, continuing to listen to the song that guides me until I'm able to play along. And one day, I'll compose my own aria to sing amongst the stars.
There is a great war emerging. A war between righteousness and evil, the light and the darkness, between the truth and the lies. As this great war wages right beneath the surface, it threatens to drown whom it touches. The war for my soul threatens to tear me apart. The truth of the great Triton protector has shown me the lies of a false god who deceived my tribe, the Nalos. Now they remain manipulated by the lies and isolated from the other Tritons. Within my body, the light of Prasanna ignites a great flame, but I have been touched by the darkness of the Shadowfell. The divine light and the shadows have given me the blessings to use my powers to help and defend the individuals of this world. May my mind, heart, and soul be filled with righteousness and not fully engulfed in the evils that have influenced my people. May I have the strength to face my indiscretions of my past and save the Nalos from certain death. May I find balance through this war, to use my love and the pain that I have endured to protect the very people that mean the world to me. For my new tribe, my new family. This war remains, but I will fight it gladly until I become one with the protector of the infinite seas, Proximus.
Hey! Hi! I don't have time for this. No offense, very busy. Hand me that red flask. The one on the left. Your other left. Oh, it's Winnie, sea scavenger extraordinaire. Shouldn't she be scavenging? Yes, I should. But no, there's things out there. Star things. Powerful things. World-changing things that need to be investigated. There's something... Jeffrey, don't eat that. Something I know I knew. There's so much I don't remember. Don't know. I have to relearn it. But how? So, I'm here, experimenting. Trying not to set the ship on fire. I don't even know what I'm looking for, exactly. Can a star be created? Can you get close to making a star? How do you reverse engineer the biggest magical object you've ever come across when you don't even have it anymore? See, I'm really good at the questions, but all I'm finding so far are more of them and no answers. Well, and a potion that makes you, really strong, but that's not what I wanted. Hey, do you... No, Jeffrey, don't eat that!
If freedom was what I was searching for, I found it in the crumbled remains of a statue. I found it in the sails of a stolen warship. I found it in a spark. Or a flame, rather. But I know it's not real. The shadows that wither and watch at night remind me of that. Each soul that I've marked in order to protect others reminds me. It all reminds me that I wasn't strong enough to stand on my own. I couldn't escape without selling my soul to an even worse evil. Or what was left of my soul anyways. It wants to consume all it can. All the power that Omaris has to offer, all the life that it can take. I can't let it take any more than it already has, any more than I've already given. I will not be the reason that this world ends. Come hell or high water, this can only end one way. Because I have too much to lose if it doesn't. I can't lose it all again. I won't lose it all again. Not this time, you fickle fit bastards.
Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
GM for this game. I am your guiding compass as we navigate the treacherous sea of Damaris. It says so on my bracelet that Kaila gave me. Well, I'm going to go around and have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves, and I'll also talk at Mikyl because he's not here to do it himself. But before all of that, I do want to say that if you enjoy what we do here, if you like this cast, honestly, how could you not? If you appreciate their performances, you can tip them through pally.gg. Pally is a wonderful tool that you can see in our chat. It's also on all of our social media. Pally is a great tool that we use to evenly distribute anything that you are generous and able enough to tip these players with. Should you also be generous and able enough to do so, you can impact our game. You can provide advantages. You can provide crits. You can even provide things like black spots, which are complications that make things just a little extra difficult. So as our party is looking to head out to sea, it's a great time for a black spot. It's always a good time for a black spot, but it's a great time for a black spot. And it goes to the wonderful cause of helping these people pay their bills, which is always a thing that we are looking to do here on Sword and Key as our primary goal. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and go around. Let's start with, as always, with Mare.
Apparently I was in the GM spot for a second.
That's, if you want it. Okay, hey.
Hello, everybody. I am Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I am playing your lovely Soul Knife Road Star Druid Centaur Acacia. And she is recovering from a phobia.
Absolutely. A few phobias got thrown around last week for a belated Halloween game. Next up, Eva, who I guess we inadvertently played a prank on. Didn't mean to. Sorry.
Hi,
Muted.
hello.
Dear.
Hi,
There you go.
hello. Fuck it, I'm done. Have a good day, everyone. I'm Eva. I use she, her pronouns. Today I am playing Winnie. Also uses she, her pronouns. Your irascible sea elf, alchemical artificer. I think that's all of her titles.
Irascible's a title now. Great. We'll have to add that to the overlay as well. Next up typically would be Mikyl, who is not joining us this week, but will be back in 2 weeks when the rest of us are back. We are taking next week off. And then the week after that will be our season finale, so you can look forward to that. But in the meantime, Mikyl is a fantastic individual who plays Proximus, our resident paladin, shadow sorcerer. And Michael also does the artwork for this game, and also the artwork for our game that plays tomorrow, Humblewood. So definitely go check out Michael's stuff. And as always, we miss him. We see him in chat. So yeah, just you can pick on him there. He's gone but not forgotten. And last but absolutely not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello. My name is Kaila. I play our Storm Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores, or Siren. Storm Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores. There's a lot of S's.
That's a lot of S's. That's
5
good
S's.
alliteration.
5 S's. It wasn't planned, I promise.
Storm Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores.
Siren, Storm, Sorcerer,
Siren,
Scarlet
Storm
Shores.
Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores.
Say it 5 times
tongue
fast.
twister. Yeah. That's my vocal warm-up before I do this show. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Well, I believe we have a recap, and then we will jump right into it. So, Mare, if you don't mind, take it away.
Hello, it'll be a fairly short recap today, but last session on Horizon's Call, the group of us decided to finally figure out what the hell we were doing in regards to the Elder Rings. We all, as a collective, decided, no, we are not going down to the Marid first. That is a problem for a later adventuring party. And we also decided that no, we are not going to go freeze our asses off yet, because that's a long fucking trip and I don't want to freeze my ass off, and neither does anyone else. So we will be going east to Halvaruk. Hope I said that right.
You did.
And after we, as a group, decided to go to Halvaruk, we were going to go notify Rollin. We also noticed that a bunch of our loved ones were gone for a suspiciously long amount of time, leaving my father in charge of the shop, which he is not good at, apparently. So we went up to Rollin, where we found, in the middle of his lovely wizard's tower, a lot of blood, a creepy sack, and an incredibly creepy doll. And when we touched that sack, demons or devils came out. I don't remember if it's a demon or devil, doesn't matter. A fiend, there we go, attacked us, which we easily and handily took care of. And then the doll started to sing. No, we weren't having that. We listened to it, but the unfortunate solution to our problems of our missing loved ones, we had to go into the bag of holding, where we were suddenly brought into somewhere dark, very airless, and very small. And after that, I don't remember much until Scarlet was holding me as I transformed into a weasel. And then it was much bigger, and then it was much better. After getting some air via some potions that Scarlet found, we found our loved ones being sucked, their life force being sucked upon by the Bagman, which apparently exists. We handily kicked his ass and narrowly escaped before the extra-dimensional space collapsed upon us. And I would like to forget about the entire encounter.
Beautiful. And so we will until next Halloween.
Inspiration.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Yes, please enjoy that inspiration. All right. So we pick up the next day after your Bagman adventure. You left Rollin to attend to his wounds along with Dominera. Acacia's dads returned to one another, and Marcus returned to Scarlet, having gone through quite an adventure of his own. We return to all of you again the next day after you all have rested up, had your long rest, and have perhaps decided where to go next, as Acacia did indicate that you all are looking to go to Halvaruk. So, what's the plan?
Busting down Rollin's door again.
Okay.
Freaking
All right.
flyer
Just-
cards.
As a group or just Scarlet?
I don't know. Do you want to? Are we
Are-
going? Are we going
That's a great
together?
I want to know why we're busting down his doors.
I mean, we're it's just
Figuratively.
what we do, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
We
strength
don't knock
checks involved
anymore. We just walk in. Just hello. Your favorites are here.
So we can
Competent
presume
crews.
that
Vinny
if
would
you
be
all
there.
would like, you all show up with your coffee cups. You stopped at the local Starbucks, which actually is
We did not get
apt
him
in an
anything.
oceanic world. Yeah, of course you didn't. Yeah.
Queequegs. It's called Queequegs.
Can the Starbucks be
It's
run
Queequegs,
by
yeah.
a centaur buck? That's not buck, but
Say, don't we have a
a
centaur buck?
Yeah,
a male horse.
sure.
Centaur.
Yes. Yeah, and then their
horses
logo
are
actually is a.
bucks.
Oh wait, no. That's
Yeah.
no. Okay, a deer themed centaur.
There you go. Okay.
Deer folk.
The deer folk.
I love deer
I'm
centaur.
realizing I don't remember who the founder of Starbucks is.
Can't be anyone good.
Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz is.
No,
who I was
choose
trying to
something
think of.
better.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it's not a terrible company in this world. Great. So you all return
Reminder:
to
the boycott is still on.
fantastic. You'll return to Rollins' fortress, the fortress of Phoenix Landing, and enter through the familiar doors that have been thoroughly cleaned. The man has pressed digitation. Given enough time, any surface can be cleaned.
And Proximus and Scarlet were helping
That's true. That's true.
before we left.
So did little Jeffrey a little
Winnie
bit.
was not,
Yeah.
apparently.
I don't
So-
I don't know who else is doing prestidigitation.
I helped. I
know there was
did
more
create
help.
water.
Yeah. Winnie probably had to console little Jeffrey, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Long rest time. Confirm.
So with the place now cleaned of blood, cleaned of signs of the bagman, even the furniture repaired, everything pretty much back to where it was. Books splayed across the central war table as you walk through the foyer and into that circular central room. The chandelier still bearing the teeth marks of Jeffrey. Apparently Roland didn't notice that. And as you walk in, who's the first person to walk in?
Probably not me.
I guess Winnie probably.
Probably.
Okay. Winnie, dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, that's good. 26. I critted.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I wasted
You are
it.
able to dodge the dagger that goes flying at the door as you walk in. And as
It's just
you,
me, Dominera. It's just me. It's your Winnie.
and as you walk in, you hear Dominera yelling at Rollin in the central room. Just you can see that she has another knife in her hand. Rollin is trying to like dodge out of the way of, and he's trying to come up with an abjuration spell at the point, but she's yelling about shoes. I don't understand them. Why do you cover your feet in them? I have webbed toes. It is very uncomfortable. He's like, I'm not.
Why is the topic of this argument shoes?
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just asking if she wanted a pair of boots. Transition has been hard, and yesterday was stressful. We're just doing a little friendly knife throwing. It's fine. Welcome, all of you. Dominera, put down the blade, please.
Why wouldn't you recommend sandals, Roland?
Because I'm not a barbarian.
You could also just say no, Dominara. You could say no to the question. You don't have to throw knives.
I just don't understand the concept, and it scares me.
Sometimes the rocks in the sand get really hard because you know
Gravity.
hot with the sun and
Sharp.
stuff. Sharp.
Then
Sometimes it's
they
sharp.
harm you, and you get stronger from the scars.
There's also poisonous plants around this island. I'd prefer you not to step on them.
Then you eat them, and they make you stronger, or they
No!
kill you.
Yeah, well, the thing is, some people's strengths don't lie in their physicalities, so it would be a waste of some other things.
She just throws up her hands, inadvertently throwing the dagger into the ceiling. The surface word is confusing. I am going to my room.
That's fair.
Brolin turns around. He still has a bandage on his head where he had a head wound from yesterday from the bagman, which in the D&D world might seem a little odd.
You want that healed?
It's doing its own thing. It's
Do
going
you
to just
want
take
it?
a little bit longer.
Are you trying to have scars so you look more badass than you actually are?
No. But good surmising, I suppose.
Offer still stands.
I appreciate it. I will pass for now. What can I assist you for with? We'll presume Proximus is with you. And Marcus, 5. What can I assist you 5 with?
He's like a big
Unless
little
Scarlet left him
Jeffrey.
behind. Yeah, unless Scarlet left him behind.
Not after yesterday.
Just tied up his leash at the door. Like, it's okay, buddy. No dogs inside.
Yeah, we just wanted to let you know that we're gonna head to Halvaruk, and if you have any advice or further information, perhaps now that we've discussed it, to share with us, yeah.
Yes, the information I can't remember if I gave you before, but
Give it to us
Ooh.
anyway, because we
I-
all have bad
right.
memories.
it was, yes, the Kingdom of the Cold Star, which was a kingdom that was supposedly lost before, or at least maybe perhaps during the deluge. At least word was lost of it. It sits in a valley. When it flooded, not all dwarven kingdoms made it. Only the higher ones in the mountains and the ones that were ingenuity enough to make ways out of their sunken kingdoms were the ones that survived. I can see if I can find the last known ruler, but while I am doing that, you can at least look on the map and see what your path might be, considering you are tiptoeing almost directly through Imperial waters, where you take a straight shot there, at least what have become Imperial waters. So if you're looking to sail between Nios and Validus, that could be risky with privateers and even commissioned Imperial ships. I don't know if you want to take a longer way or if you want to risk that.
How much longer is longer?
Well, it depends on how much you want to circumvent. You could sail all the way down to Shacklebreak, sail around that. That's almost doubling your trip. You could try to skirt between Pelinor's Keys and Nios, which are less traversed as they are shorter routes. But that open ocean, you don't really know what you're going to encounter.
Sorry, go ahead, Winnie.
No, you can go ahead.
I was wondering if... I was assuming we're going to take both ships. But if we wanted to go quicker, we can take the faster of the two ships and hopefully outpace anyone who might want to overtake us. But that's risky in its own way.
The redemption is faster, but it lacks the arsenal.
Firepower. Yeah.
To be fair, the Redemption did take the Mercy. But we could also split up closer, like, you know, we could travel together for a ways, see what we run into, and then judge from there if we need to split up or not. And the other ship could go do, I don't know, scouting or something. That seems like something other ships could do.
We can also do some research as well and ask around from people who might have come that way, what the patrols might be like, and how, if we can slip between some patrols at some point.
We need someone who's been there recently.
Do we know of anyone like that currently, like, in the course of our being back on
From
Ascension
that part of
Isle?
the ocean, no.
We
So
can try talking to folks in the larger nearby islands.
Well,
like Fallen the halflings.
yeah, the other thing... Oh, the halflings.
yes, Hillhome might be your best bet, since Hillhome still has a good kind of like trade, relationship with Nios and Pelinor's Keys. The thing is, like, Validus being like Imperial homeland HQ, one of the largest land masses, all the islands that are near to it, including Nios and Pelinor's Keys, might not be like, there's Imperial flags on there. There are Imperial governors there. How much of a grasp they have iffy, but still, if you were to look at a map of what people would consider the Empire, they would have probably like the lines through them that's like, oh, these are like not imperial states, but imperial territories. They're imperial Puerto Rico and Guam.
The other thing is like if we went down, I know it's a bit out of our way, but if we went down towards Shacklebreak, like we could check in on that because didn't we
The
have
last time we were there, we acquired a Mercy.
Right. I'm not saying we need to get more ships, which I
No.
know is
No,
unusual
please not
for
right now.
me. But no, but we could kind of, even if we don't stop at Shacklebreak, we could get a read
See
on
if
the
it's still burning?
situation. Yeah. And above table, Derek, what was the deal with Shacklebreak? We had papers from Marcus and Brindle Kane that said there was a crime family that moved in as well as the Empire, or
That was something else. So
Okay.
the crime family, Jeffrey murdered a member of a crime family.
I feel like that's an inappropriate way of phrasing it when we were fighting. Like it was
Jeffrey took a life in battle.
better.
Yes, Jeffrey drowned a man
Jeffrey
in
will
the
see
heat of passion.
Valhalla.
Just like his mother. It's fine.
Okay, no, it was the same man. You can't like.
What was this, like episode 2?
No, this
it's
was
when we took the Mercy.
When we took the Mercy, we all
yeah.
let Winnie just drown someone after
Oh,
the
that's
fight.
right.
That was our
Nobody
shit.
You
told
were
me
fight-
we were done fighting, so I.
Yeah,
Scarlet wasn't
when you
gonna
originally
stop you.
when you originally found the Bloodhound, Winnie like stayed in the water, like Acacia had thrown a man overboard.
That's right.
And yet Jeffrey like held him down until the bubbles stopped.
And
A
took
little bit
his
longer
stuff.
for good measure.
That's the shark
took his
tooth
stuff.
necklace that he wears is from that guy
Right.
too, and his compass,
So
and
you-
his dagger, and his
Yes.
money.
So you found letters from him that were like softly coded that this is a member of a crime family that probably operates out of the Imperial lands. What you found as far as the Empire goes is you found that Brindle, along with several other pirates, had gone privateer and had gotten their letters of marque, including it noted the Tombstone Twins, and it also alluded to the fact that Shacklebreak was taken, that Brindle Kane, his job at the time was to patrol Shacklebreak for any pirates looking to assist, because Shacklebreak was smoldering when you last saw it. And you've also picked up rumors since that Ogden is not dead, but has been imprisoned in his formerly unattainable vault, the vault that only Keisha's dad was able, that only Curio was able to infiltrate, and that he is now being held there at like the center of his former kingdom as punishment. But they couldn't kill him because he's too much of a symbol that if they killed him he would be a martyr.
And
So major house arrest.
as a reminder to everyone in chat watching who might not have seen those sessions,
Yes,
definitely
of
not
course,
to me.
yes. Right.
We had approached Ogden as like-minded individuals, but we left Shacklebreak with him sort of displeased at us, right?
I would lower
We
both of those categories quite a bit. You approached as frenemies. You left as like persona non grata. I mean,
I very much remember Ogden pulling Scarlet in, being like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
yes.
The very first time
Ogden
we
already
saw him.
wasn't happy with Eula. Eula had burned him. He was, if you might remember, the former owner of what is
The
now
Innocents.
the Redemption.
Yeah.
Yes. So already not happy to see representatives of Eula on his island, but his island was a pirate paradise open to all pirates. Y'all are pirates. But he was wary of what you were doing there. And then when you said you wanted something that was very precious to him, he asked for a trade. You all didn't want to trade. You found out he didn't even have it to trade in the first place. And then as you were trying to leave, you killed over 100 of his people.
With the whaling
Oh,
sails.
okay, to be
Correct.
fair, he sent them after us. It's not like we just went around to like the barracks and like set them on fire.
No,
Like,
it was definitely
Correct.
like
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
coming after us, and
Yes.
I just want to be clear.
We're not murder hobos here, but yes,
People just die
call-
around us for some reason. Oh,
Acacia
that,
doesn't know this.
No, Acacia might not. This was before
She
Acacia.
absolutely would not.
oh,
This is the
that's
before
right.
times.
Yeah.
Um,
But Acacia at least might have some, dirty water with Ogden, because Ogden.
Oh,
was
I
the
hate
person that
Ogden.
had hired-
Ogden
Yeah,
can
yeah.
go fuck himself.
Right.
He's the reason why my dad was.
yeah.
Mhm.
He hired Handbeer.
Exactly.
And yeah,
So-
all that shit.
So,
Going to Shacklebreak would add an extra 2 weeks to your travel. Overall.
But
It
it
would
would
be 9
be-
weeks straight. It would be 11 if you wanted to go down to Shacklebreak and
2
go
weeks
up
isn't-
to Helverook.
isn't really that bad.
That's less than I thought it was going to be.
Especially if we
I was
were
expecting like a month.
getting some information out of it.
It was I think it was in
6 months total.
6 months total, 90 days there.
Yeah.
So
180 days total. 90 back, 91 way, 90 back.
Yes.
so happier.
Derek's brain was very happy with that
Yes.
circumstance. That happenstance. They all are the same.
A little equilateral triangles.
I just saw LD ask if we needed more rumors about Ogden, and
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but I'm into that.
Yeah.
Our personal page 6. Oh, balls. Why was I asking about that? Math, safety.
Like, would Ogden be happy to see us? Probably not.
I mean, if we got him out of his,
But if we saved his
Prison.
ass,
Yeah.
there
You
might
put
at
somebody in a
least-
dark room for long enough, they'll be happy to see anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, cat hurting.
he's not doing anybody any good.
he's on Scarlett's list of wrongs to right. So
Or we could kill him and make him a martyr and free Shacklebreak.
Honey, what the
That
fuck?
was absolutely out of character.
Okay,
but I
okay,
do think
good.
it's funny because that could happen.
Yes, let's make the entire pirate world go against us instead.
What if we wore imperial suits?
no.
I just give you a look and then just motion to all of me.
You've absolutely worn one before, going into
You
the
can-
prison, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, but it was like magically, and it was a pain. It was a pain
It
in
was.
the
It
ass.
was not ideal.
Acacia,
Okay.
as somebody who has encountered Imperials before, I would love for you to make a history check, having made that comment.
Oh,
Okay.
while the check is happening, I know what I wanted to say. It was just that if
I got a nat 1 for a 6. But actually, I'm really curious, so I am going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
I'm really curious. Okay, that's better. 22.
Great. So, Acacia would be aware that Imperials do, like, again, the Empire is a loosely based conglomerate of some fantasy bullshit, the Roman Empire and the English. I pull a lot from history, and one thing the Romans were really great at doing, and another thing to what Winnie said also earlier, is I'll get to in a second, but the Romans were great at taking other cultures, putting them in their uniforms and going, "You're a Roman now." The Empire, the Nerian Empire, fucking loves doing that to people that they conquered. So that's why they have the hill giants that they have. That's why there's other islands that have centaurs, and there is a specific centaur cavalry that actually
I hate
works
it.
under the Empire's banner. So they are heavily armored centaur cavalry, which terrifies me, honestly. It scares the hell out of me, is just like heavily armored horse
You ever
people
just
with
really
like
scared of
lances
your
and
own
shit.
creation?
Yeah.
So I
They wear
s-
horned helmets. They are, like I said, just like heavy armor. They're heavy cavalry, and have been conscripted into. So you could pass for a member of that battalion if you ever wanted to.
I stop after I say that. I stop. I automatically freeze. I'm just like, they technically do have a centaur battalion.
And you get the idea that's probably what they're trying to do with the herds on Soteria.
Good fucking luck.
Exactly.
I don't like it.
Would
no.
I know? Would I know
However-
how long that Marcus has been out of the Empire? 'Cause he's technically.
Yeah, he was born there, but I mean, he hasn't been back to the Empire since he was. I mean,
First ship
he was.
out.
Yeah, he was like under the age of
Mhm.
10 when he got on a ship. And he's never really been back.
So useless. Got it.
Yeah. Marcus is from a small town, and he's just a small town boy. It's just-
But we
Waiting
love
for it.
him.
yeah,
Okay.
doesn't stop believing.
Before I forget,
Eric?
if I hadn't already, I kind of felt like I might have done this when we picked up the Stars Luck, but I would like to drop a line to Vilkis, if I haven't already, before we leave. Speaking of Shackle Break and almost dying, and just check in and be like, hey, my dude, got this island, like, if you ever need to, like, come hang out. Hope you're well.
Okay.
Hope you're good.
So we're casting sending to Vilcus. Is that correct?
I guess, or just like a little note, like, I feel like Vilkis and I would have like a dead drop somewhere. But sending's fine too. I'm sure I could.
Yeah, I guess I would just ask. I'm just curious how instant of a reply you are looking for. That's what I'm asking.
Maybe at the end of everything, maybe I'll just wait until we're done with this conversation, and then I'll just ask. I can cast sending. Oh my gosh, I'll just wait until.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I'll do it myself. I forgot I could do that. But
No
real
phones.
quick, since I'm already off topic, Acacia, did we talk to my big turtle friend, Nibirian?
No.
Okay, because we got distracted by the
recently.
bagman, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, I wanted to be sure that there hadn't been extra days in there. Okay, I just needed to
I
like
don't
get
think
my
we've talked to Nibirian at
laundry
all.
list of things. That's fine. I will just make sure that we do that later today. I'm done. Housekeeping. Sorry.
Yeah. No good.
I'll make a
Okay.
note. Nibirian. But if I remember correctly, Nibirian's not in that direction.
Correct. You would have to go north for Nibirian.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to check in on him and be like,
He's relatively close to Phoenix Landing. I think that's why Winnie was looking to
yeah.
contact him to perhaps move his wake.
Yeah, I think we were going to ask him in general if he wanted to just be a little closer, be allies.
Yeah, like I don't need to arrange a meeting unless he wants to meet. I'm always happy to see him, but like I know he's got turtle stuff going on, so whatever.
Okay. So heading then to Helvaruk, you have a plan to at least contact Vilcus, plan to contact Iberian, taking both ships. Sounds like we're going to Shacklebreak.
Yeah, we're going to take a slight detour. I don't think we're going to do anything. It's just going to be checking in, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean we don't really know until we see what's going on, but
Don't know till you get there.
but I
If it's
think
not bad.
and that puts us sort of near the
Soteria.
keys in Soteria.
Mm-hmm.
So we can pick up information there also, right?
Soteria, I know, is within oh god, not the rafts, but what they made in general to get to when we evacuated everybody.
The keel
It was in
boats?
the keel boats. Thank you. But it's not visually in distance of Shacklebreak, is it?
We had to sail.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think
Yeah,
so.
Shacklebreak's about a week away. You kind of you were passing close to it to get to the God's Eye, and
Mhm,
that's when
mhm.
you saw it. But
Like,
yeah, more or less.
We skirted around it to see if it was a good place to stop.
Right.
And it
That's
was-
what that
It
was your first
wasn't,
heading.
and that's
Yeah.
how we came upon the Bloodhound.
Yep.
Correct.
We were like, oh no, we have to take another ship. Our bad.
To be fair, that was the
We
first
just
one we took.
Body checked the ship.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, you should be able to pass through. Let's see. You could skirt through Pelinor's Keys. You could totally avoid them. The other islands you're getting close to there. Let me pull another
Arena?
image. Is let's see. Nope, wrong one. I've got it split up into 4 images so I can like kind of write down what you're actually looking at. Because you're not going near Pharos.
But we'll be passing by Karina though.
Karina,
Right.
yeah. Well, where is Karina?
It's
Yes,
next to
that
that.
far south.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. Yeah, I'm trying to think what's closer to like that little island just south of Hillholm, if I have actually named that yet. That is Clear Sight, just to the south of Hillholm. So that is a wizard's college at Clear Sight. If you didn't want to stop there, otherwise you can continue passing on. You go by the Pelinor's Keys, which are in clockwise order from the top left one: Akalon, Caradoc, and Moorholt. And then there's Nyos just to the east of that. Couple islands, Landval and Sagramore just to the south of that. And then you can kind of just go in that little, almost like the middle part between Karina and Nyos and get straight to Shacklebreak. If you wanted to stop at the other islands, you are more than welcome to. But yeah, and then there's the God's Eye there as well, which is right next to Shacklebreak if y'all wanted to check in on a flitton or two.
If you're gonna give us the option, the answer is yes.
I mean, they're there.
One is there at least.
One is there, yes.
I mean, I would
okay.
ever say no to that.
So potentially stopping by Umberlee's Eye but playing it by ear.
Okay.
I would not be opposed to stopping by Umberlee's Eye for at least the large temple presence there.
I mean, worst case, we're just gonna get more information. It's good to check in on people, see and be seen. Get free drinks at Umberlee's Eye. I remember that.
Good point.
Yep.
Good point.
Yep, that's
Doubt they've
absolutely
taken.
two
yeah.
weeks sailing.
Can start building allies
Yes.
now that we have a more established fleet.
We know what to tell them, for one thing.
We do, and
Tell
we're like,
them
hey,
that-
we have a whole ass island now. Let's roll.
Pirates are welcome there. Don't cause trouble.
We have our shit together this time.
We could make little flyers with like a little map on the back.
We're not gonna spit in their mouth this time, though.
No, that was a one-time thing.
One time deal.
Weirdly worked
Look at all
out
the Kerwick
okay.
at you.
And we
Stopping
could
by
see-
Umberlee's Eye.
Yeah, we could see if anyone here. We're probably not going back the same way though, so maybe not. I was gonna say we could see if there's anyone to drop off to like build, kind of like how your dad's like talked to the guild, the Rose.
Rosecrest.
Thank you. I was like, don't say Rosehip. Don't say Rosehip. But yeah, like if there's anyone on the way to any of those places, we could take them to help build whatever. Look, it sounds like we have a reasonable plan. What do we need? We gotta outfit stuff.
Derek, I think this is important to point out, but Mikyl does want to. Can Proxy ensure Dominar comes to see the Persona statue?
I did see that. Yes, I was going to address that once y'all were done planning.
Okay.
Yes, we can bring Dominara along for this this little venture. Give her a good idea of what life at sea looks like, because she's been under the sea, and yeah, Scarlett's super excited about that. I can tell.
What better
Rowan
way to overexpose someone to society? Throwing them on Umberlee's Eye and then Shacklebreak.
It worked for
Perfect.
Proximus.
Proximus didn't. Well, I actually wasn't there to start, so never mind.
Rollin is also standing there with an open tome, just kind of like waiting for you all to just figure out what you're doing. Patiently, I should note.
Proud of him.
Also, you all asked about Halvaruk. This is the only book that I have that really mentions it. As far as my pre-deluge library goes, I don't have a lot on dwarves. However, it was King Gorm Cold Iron is the last one listed in their royal family. He apparently had several heirs. Presumably, none of them lived. Looked like he had a mithril and adamantium crown, several jewels set in it, and also shows you a picture of the crown, which is right next to a similar image of what Winnie had found before of his throne. Again, the very identifiable, now that we know, Elder Ring that is as part of his throne. Presumably heavy enough, it should not have moved too much when the hills flooded. These are hill dwarves as well, after all, not mountain dwarves, so you should have to go down somewhat deep for these. They were set into a valley. I believe we talked about the 2 large statues and the mighty gate that once stood as a marker of their kingdom. Incredibly wealthy. They had precious gems, gold, mithril, adamantium, a few other iconic metals. Even moonstone, apparently, had fallen in this place and almost set into a, we now know, crater, as, well, something elder did fall.
My dad did give us some firsthand information of what it was like, so.
How?
Warforged, he's old. He's really fucking old.
Oh, did you? Oh, no. Okay. Well.
Don't bother him. He's just gonna run you in circles.
I
All right.
promise.
We're
Okay,
saving you
right.
more so than we're saving him from you.
I promise I was listening, but I did get kind of distracted. So what you're saying is there's lost dwarven royalty out in the world somewhere, maybe?
The Lost Princess.
It's like a fairy tale.
Winnie, you
Would
will be
he-
the Lost Princess.
He pulls out a fidget for you and hands it to you. This does it help you pay attention? No, I'm saying that they all drowned and died. There's no Anastasia here.
Something, anti-royalist, something. Okay, so...
Y'all, that Bolshevik ocean just flooding in. It was a blue revolution.
Do we...
Get out.
The blue wave. So, okay, so do we... Based on maps and elevations of the time, do we know approximately how deep it is? Like, are we talking like Triton depth? Are we talking like the abyssal deep? Or like it's just dark? Because yeah, we're gonna need to.
I have so many tabs, my computer's getting slow. We're probably still in the... It's not, you're not going as far deep as the Twilight Zone. We're not getting to, I would say, probably what the Nalos live in, judging from Dominera's chitinous masses and things. You shouldn't be going that deep. We're probably talking humpback whale deep.
Okay.
So survivable still for us.
Yes, I would say so for certain. You're not going to have, well, you're going to have some pressure, but still livable pressure.
Slightly uncomfortable.
Yes, I suppose judge for yourselves on that.
It's like this
I kind of think it's like a
conversation.
nice hug.
I will judge for myself. I'm the one that's most going to be affected anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Worst comes to worst, I turn into a fish.
You know what would be good that I don't think we have? We need a spy master.
We do.
Right? Like, or, I mean, that's the best term I can think of, but like,
No, that's the correct term.
yeah, like someone who's like good at like gathering and like sorting information and like networking, but like quietly. Do
I
we
wonder
have
if-
anyone like that?
I'm wondering if Laurel would be interested. I know she's more so on the assassin side, but I'm sure she would at least know someone.
Because I think that would be an important thing to invest in. Time and resources and whatnot. Because, I mean, I like going places and meeting new people and hearing what they have to say. But also, like, if there's something going on in Shacklebreak, it would be handy if we already had someone telling
Already
us that.
knew.
Yeah.
Let me check in with Laurel before we go.
Yeah.
And I can ask her if she knows anyone that would be interested and proficient in doing so and might already have something built up.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, among
to-
all the evil
Yeah.
workers, absolutely. And I'm sorry, to answer actually properly now that I have it pulled up, you'll probably be going to the Mesopelagic zone, which is the Twilight Zone, which is about the maximum depth for sperm whales. So if we're talking about levels, you're still not in the Midnight Zone, which is probably like the upper levels are where the Nalos live. But you'll still have like some ambient light. It's going to be pretty dark. Just make sure I don't get added for it.
Thank you for
Okay.
that. Yeah, I'm more worried about like pressures and stuff and megalodons, obviously. But
Of course, yeah.
dinosaurs.
You've already encountered those.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding. Mostly the pressure and stuff like that. Like if any of us needed specialized equipment.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, if I discover anything else about Helvaruk along the way, I will try to be in contact with you. And of course, if you need anything from me, feel free likewise.
I do, actually.
All right.
If you hadn't noticed, I'm lacking a certain aspect of my appearance.
Your hair's a different color. Yes.
Precisely. I have ditched the patron.
Oh, and your arm's missing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Sorry. I just noticed. I'm very sorry.
You're supposed to be the smart one. Got it.
Smart, not observant.
I didn't take
Fair.
that feat.
Yeah, no, he's
I
never
did.
really been overly bothered with like appearance or anything like that. Like, I mean, no. I mean, like you're very neat and well put together. I don't mean like that. I just mean that like what people wore or whatever didn't
I
really
think
ever
the
bother
word
you.
you're looking for is self-absorbed.
There it is.
I mean, it's kind of a is it hyphenated?
Like
You have
Osmosis?
gotten much better, though.
Osmosis.
It's self-absorbing.
Sure.
Anyway,
What question did you have?
With breaking this pact, before there was Elder on me. It was not a good time if you read it or saw it. Now there is different Elder on my body, and I don't know what it says. And I can't read it in the mirror.
All right. And you want me to read it?
Yeah, I do. This is very strange request, but no one else can read it.
I'm
Well,
looking at you and I'm like, where is this?
I will do my best. I must admit I do have a bit of a headache still from yesterday, but sure, why not? Are you going to... I guess you could kind of activate it a little bit last time. Are you going to do that? Are you kind of expecting that he can see it?
no,
We're-
I do not think that Rollin has true sight, no.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess it'll be the first time trying to activate it because I haven't unmarked those 5 souls that are on Ascension yet. I haven't gotten to that part of my to-do list.
So this is going to be a sexy question. I don't need a sexy answer.
Yes.
How much skin is Scarlet exposing?
She's probably like taking down like her sleeves. She probably has like her usual corset on, so she's taking her sleeves off.
Okay. Are we talking clavicle as well?
Yeah, from like
Okay.
chest
Yeah.
up and shoulders
Sure.
and stuff. So Acacia can get a glimpse of the new tattoo.
There you go.
I do look. Since I know it's there.
It is very bright when Scarlet does this. There was kind of like a pale bluish outline to it before. It is luminescent and radiant now. And he kind of blinks back a little bit, almost like trying to shield his eyes as he looks. That's quite a lot. And you want to know what it says?
Yeah, if it's on my body, I would prefer to know what it says.
All right.
Unfortunately, you're the only other one who can read Elder well.
Right. It's just
The other two are still learning.
giving me a migraine for some reason. Okay. It's in a strange dialect. I'm not sure exactly how to translate this, but it looks like it is lyrics, maybe, or a poem. It's sentences that are kind of all streaming. It looks like it starts here. It's this at least says, I am the... Oh, how the hell do you translate that? Shield song? I am the shield song?
Can I look too?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Rollin. I want to just take a quick peek.
I mean,
at the
Scarlet is on
tattoo.
display in the middle of this room, so anyone can look.
I'll just like do a little walk around, take a little peeky peek.
Yeah.
So I think we determined that, you all are
Primordial. Yeah.
yeah, you're learning elder. You have Acacia has the foundation of druidic, which is itself derived from. So it's like a person who speaks English trying to understand German, or somebody who understands Italian trying to speak Spanish or Latin, even if we're going back to the root language. So you're picking up on similar concepts that we kind of talked about when Scarlet first broke her pact. That these letters, these symbols reshifted, and that they were closer to things like shield or abjuration or protection or cleansing. And you're kind of getting those concepts. You're not really getting the full sentences. And even when they did shift, like the original letters had almost looked like they were carved in with claws. Kind of like it's the Skyrim Draconic script, where it's like something with claws actually wrote it by hand. These are softer edged. They have almost a more like angelic looking script to them, but are the same figures, the same symbols as far as you can tell. And yeah, so when he's trying to piece this together, you all are kind of getting like, he's not lying. You are picking up on something that would probably be close to a protective melody. A shield song is a way that you might translate it. If you're getting real fancy, an Escuchian chorus. There's something about bearing witness. There is something about stars on there. Acacia definitely recognizes the word for stars. Something about let no dark thoughts take you. But first of all, you're only getting like bits and pieces. Again, Scarlet's probably covered in this. And so it's like trying to read somebody who's been tattooed across their entire body. But yeah, it is a... If you're trying to examine it, give me an Arcana check. I think this is probably the best way to determine what this might be.
Okay, I'll roll, but as I'm rolling this, it's just gonna be a flat roll. I got a 14. Sure. So Scarlet.
Yes.
I don't think this is from your patron. I don't think it has anything to be worried about. They aren't slurs.
Oh no, I wasn't worried about the fact that it was from the patron. He took what he was going to take.
Okay.
But when you have strange language on you that you can't read yourself, because
the menu for an elder restaurant.
I just
Yeah,
I want to make
get
sure
you,
I'm
I get
not
you.
causing more harm than I already have.
Acacia, if you were to put anything to this might be a very, very lengthy abjuration spell incantation.
I think someone's looking out for you.
Or expecting me to fix what I broke.
No, definitely think someone's looking out for you. Either protecting you or protecting you from something.
With the things that I've seen. Maybe.
Also, can I see your tattoo?
Right, that is the thing that I have.
You don't have to, I'm just curious.
It goes a lot lower than what is shown. And I'm not getting naked in front of this one.
That's fair.
Marcus pulls out a notebook. I actually have a drawing of it if you didn't want it. The course, it's a lot. So this is what it looks like.
Winnie peeks into the notebook.
No.
Kaila, what can we see?
Probably just to like mid back.
But what is it?
So I'll post in the Discord too.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But from mid back and up, and it curls around like the front of her shoulders. It is basically waves, crashing waves and storm clouds. Is what you can see. The tattoo artist made it so that the scales that are on her shoulders kind of blended in, were highlights of the waves. So
it's really pretty.
They kind of have like a wing-like structure to them, where like they arch out at the shoulder blades and kind of come in this hourglass-like shape.
Very pretty.
Okay. So anything else I can do for any of you? Any other translations, tattoo recommendations?
What do you
fidgets?
recommend?
Tattoos.
Winnie, you know that mums would be besides themselves.
You said you had recommendations, so I thought I would ask.
Get one that says, I love both of my moms.
A heart with moms in it.
Yes.
Not a bad idea.
I can recommend the 2 that I saw yesterday. Day before yesterday.
Or you could always get one of Manny DeVito.
Oh, he could be holding the heart with the mums in the. Oh, that's a good idea.
Rollin, you've done it now.
Also, yeah, I think
I
we're all
know.
collectively pretending that yesterday didn't exist. So
Yeah. What? Nothing happened yesterday. What are you talking about?
no.
Normal day.
My
normal
nightmares say
day.
otherwise, but okay. If we're just
Didn't-
compartmentalizing our trauma.
What else is new?
Jeffrey looks up with his memory erased.
Oh
More memory card taken out of him. What happened yesterday?
He just does
Nothing.
that like
Picnic,
word
Jeffrey,
click,
it's
like he's
fine,
trying to
it's great.
find a track that isn't there anymore.
Yeah, what happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? I don't know math anymore.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Poor baby.
my little sharkulator.
See you later, buddy.
What does a gay mermaid use to do math? Where was I going with that? Nope, I'm good here.
Wonderful. I will inform your captains. Well, captain, I suppose. One of them's already here. And the first mate.
Welcome.
Convenient. I will inform Connery of your heading and provide all charts necessary. Best of luck.
Thanks.
Fair winds following sails.
See you in 6-7 months.
Let's just say 8, just in case.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on our progress.
Do you
I'll
think
let you
my
know when the
house will be
teleportation
done by
circle
then?
is done. Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Teleportation circle should be up and running here soon. Not permanent, but I'll stick around to make sure that it is operational every day.
Do you want any souvenirs while we're gone?
An Elder Ring.
Sure. But like no snacks or anything?
Are you asking if I want snacks from a sunken dwarven kingdom?
No, but if we're going to like Soteria maybe, Umberly's Eye possibly, Shackle Break, like, you know, they've got some neat stuff.
I'm sure
much
we
as I
can
would-
get you some smoked fish from Shacklebreak.
As much as I would love to stop by Soteria, it's probably not wise to do so.
Yes, you
No.
could probably give me a lot of smoked things from Soteria and Shacklebreak as I hear it.
Yeah,
But
you
I'll be
should
fine.
shut up.
Almost bit his tongue. Oh, I just couldn't pass that one up. All right then. I have already been almost stabbed several times today. I would like to keep that at the level it currently is, not get any higher. So, excuse me. And he goes walking out one of the doors.
I'm so half tempted to take that knife that almost hit Winnie and throw it at the door he went through.
Did he just leave us in his house?
You just hear in your mind, Acacia, do it because Scarlet is a telepath.
Do it. Is that the voices are saying?
I need to not kill our very powerful mage friend.
I will
Killing.
take this opportunity
Maiming.
while they're doing that, like the look conversation quietly between them. I'm going to just pop off a sending to Vilkis. It just occurred to me I could also just sleep on it and do sending to Nibirian myself tomorrow, right?
Who's
Yeah.
Vilkis again?
My Sahuagin
Vilkis-
friend.
I don't think
Okay.
you met Focus.
Oh
Correct.
no. Vilkis showed up, helped us out of Shackle Break. Almost
Got
died.
it.
Mhm. Yeah, Vilkas
yeah.
is a four-armed Sahuagin that Winnie met early on in her career. They were frenemies to
Pre-campaign.
friends because it's Winnie, yes. And then, yes, Vilkas showed up on Shacklebreak, gave Winnie some information, nearly died for sharing that information, was healed, and has gone off to parts unknown.
But we parted as friends, is my recollection.
Yeah, you kept him from dying. Yeah,
I'd
you're
say he
friends.
didn't die, so.
Yeah. Hi, Vilkas. It's me, Winnie. Just seeing how you are, and letting you know. Island Undertow off Hillholm Safe Haven? Question mark. I can't tell if I'm at 25 or if I'm at 20, which makes
I
a
counted
huge
20.
difference. Okay.
I counted 20.
If you want to come by.
If you wanna come by. Okay.
I need just a little affirmation. That was easily the best
That's very good.
sending I've ever done in my life.
Fantastic job. It takes a little bit, and you get a response. I don't remember Vilkas' name. I will have to rewatch that episode, but...
Name or voice? Because his name was Vilkas.
Sorry. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
Don't mind me, just multitasking 1,000 things in my human brain. Let me go back to 2 years ago with a character that showed up in one episode and try to remember their fucking voice. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Winnie. Long time. Hope you're well. I'm on Brinestone currently. Phoenix Landing sounds neat. Hope there's good loot. Check it out soon. Hugs, Vilkas.
Should I be concerned that I didn't actually tell him the name of Phoenix Landing?
I thought you did. Well, you said island off of Hillholm, so
Yeah, I said
that's okay.
Undertow
Go
because
find
I was thinking of like the old name would be how he would find it.
Sure, that's my thing. So yes, instead of Phoenix Landing, he said Undertow.
Okay, that's fine. Cool.
Okay. So how are you all preparing to disembark?
I don't know about that part, but I want to go talk to I want to go snag one of my dads first and then have bring him to talk to Laurel. Cuz I feel like Darius would have might know some folks as well. Maybe Dad,
Sure.
maybe Curio. I'm going to go hound them both and be like, "Who the fuck knows?"
Okay.
The Father's Fine Finds, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo, yeah. Yes, you do find your both of your dads. It's daytime. They're at the shop. And as they walk in, as always, hello, darling. How are you?
I walk up to the counter and put my hands on it. First things first, have you started interviewing for local youth jobs to work here?
No, I was dealing with the trauma of yesterday, but I suppose we could definitely do that today if that's something that you're really pressing about.
You all shouldn't be working 7 days a week. Anyway, second question to both of you. Which one of you knows people or would be interested in or knowing people that might be good at or does spy mastering?
They look to each other. Both of us? Both of us, yes. I mean, we are, all of us, part of a secretive organization of spies, thieves, burglars, and other miscellaneous criminals. Why do you need... Is there information we can't get? Because we're very good at it. We're very good at... Curio is like, I thought I was very instructive on.
You
how
are
to
very
live that."
instructive, but also you're juggling a million different things. And Winnie brought up a really good point that someone whose job is dedicated to only that would be a good asset to the island. And honestly, no offense, you are both very old, and I don't want you to overwork yourselves. And you also should have a red dice
Wow.
retirement at some time.
Curio looks to Darius. Your father here is 87. He is in his prime for a half elf.
That's like still 60 years older than I am.
We met late in life.
Also, do you think Laurel would also might be interested?
I think Laurel would be good at it. She's always been a good information gatherer. I mean, honestly, when it comes down to it, she tends to cut off more ears than I don't know how to
She's
finish that.
stab first, talk later type person.
Right. It's hard to get information out of somebody when you've slit their throat. But she's very good at her job. I was gonna say Mama Maddie. She was always the good information guy. I mean, she knew fucking everything on back there in Cora. But yeah, she's been out of the game for a little while now.
Wait, was she actually part of the guild?
No, it was just she knew everything. You know, she was the town elder, and everybody came to her for everything, and she rightfully had her nose in everyone's business. She knew we were getting married before we did.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if it's not going to be either of us. There's Valerie. Valerie and her little
Edgar.
Right, with the whiskers and the knives.
And the teeth.
Yes. But as I understand it, she was always a good information gatherer around the taverns, always kept an ear open while she was strumming on that lute.
Spy master, do you think she would be up for spreading out a network across the oceans?
You know what? Something tells me she would.
Okay. I'll stop by her place. I'll pitch the idea to her, and then if she's yes, I'll notify the right people. That's not something a lot of people can help with it, but we don't have a scaffold in place yet for this role. So it's going to just be like, do it.
Yeah, maybe bring Gustup in as well. Gustup's a good support person, been out of the game for a little bit, but always a good, has seen and done a lot in his time. And worst comes to worst, just send out word to the hand. If you're really not confident on anybody, they'll send somebody.
Nah, no.
All right. Just remember, Valerie's still a member, and
I know.
Technically Gustup, I think.
No, I know. But this is an island thing, not a guild thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Valerie's my. I mean, she helped you back in the day. Honestly, if it's going to be anybody, best of luck, kid.
Thank you. I'll give them both kisses on the cheeks. I'll be gone for a bit.
1 month or more.
More. We're going to Halvaruk.
Curio, if could spit up wood. Oh,
I wasn't just asking you for fun.
Well, I thought it was just like for a school project or something. I don't know.
I'm not in school.
I know. Listen.
I haven't been in school for years.
That place.
If there's anything you need to say now's the time to say it.
That place had a whole lot of bad hidden behind a whole lot of gold. That place was rotten to the core back in the day, and I can't imagine sitting under the ocean for 1,000 years has done it any good.
Are you implying that potentially the evil, restless spirits of corrupted folks are just kind of sitting down there waiting to ambush us?
All I'm saying is, in the world that we live in, dark things don't stay down. Shadows have a way of coalescing and getting bigger when they're left out of the light. And that place has been out of the light for a long time. And that place had a lot of bad stuff going on behind the scenes. And all I'm trying to say is be safe, keep your head on a swivel, and come back.
My head is always swiveling. Maybe I'll look.
Oh, that's right. You could turn into an owl now. There you go.
Owl's not going to do me much good underwater, but
Yeah, slowest birds in nature. It's a shame.
they're quiet. Also, but they're not
Anyway.
aquatic, so
That's, well, yeah. Until, right? Until.
we might be stopping at Umberly's Eye, so maybe I should look into hiring a cleric.
Not a bad idea.
I should see if it's
Cool.
in the money's in the coffers for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, well, if you ever really needed a cleric, you can always stop at Pharos too. I know that's out of the way, but that's where the
Derek's-
Lightkeepers are.
Who are they, Derek? Where's that?
Pharos is almost directly to the east of where you are, kind of
I
like
see.
in the mid seas. Winnie actually knows a member of the Lightkeepers.
I do. Just there would be like keepers on Umberly's Eye, right? But maybe not
Probably,
like
yeah.
a group.
But who are the light keepers of which?
They were what this campaign was originally going to be before you all were like, fuck being the good guys, we'll be pirates. The Lightkeepers are
He's not
a-
joking, by the way.
I know.
honestly,
I
yeah.
figured.
The Lightkeepers are a group of paladins, clerics, druids, other, keepers of light in a figurative and literal sense who occupy lighthouses. It's an order that is like kind of secretive. It's not like every lighthouse has a lightkeeper, but every lightkeeper is in a lighthouse sort of thing. So yeah, they kind of place themselves around and try to fight off the dark things that would come from the oceans and attack people and blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Both Winnie
they
and
are not
Scarlet
always
would know,
successful.
right?
Yes, I think this is something where it's like the Lightkeepers like are kind of secretive in the way that like the Masons, the Stone Masons, are kind of secretive.
Mhm.
Like no one knows exactly what they do, but they're aware that they exist.
Yeah, you might not know who they are individually necessarily, but they're
Right.
a thing that exists.
Yeah,
Probably
they wear
so.
badges. They are paladins and things, and God knows a paladin can't help but put their shit on their shield.
So they're the Damaris Illuminati.
I mean, in a Illuminati in the sense of like illumination, yeah, that's kind of that's kind of apt actually, Liz. Exactly.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see how it. I will keep that in mind, and I will pitch the idea of potentially hiring a cleric
Yeah,
or asking the Lightkeepers if someone wants to come with us.
Fair enough. All right, kiddo. Best
An
of luck.
internship.
You know how to get a hold of us if you need anything.
I will
Be
give them
safe.
both.
Yes.
Give them both
Kisses.
a kiss again.
Love you, kid.
And then,
Good.
and then we don't need to do this, but I go over to Valerie and pitch that idea to her. And according to Eva's vigorous nodding, I'm going to
Right.
assume she says yes. That
You
she's
get the
up for
vigorous
the
nodding
task.
from Valerie.
I like to imagine she does the thing where like she tries to play it cool because this is like easily the like coolest, most interesting thing that's come across her desk in a while. But also she's like, yeah, into it.
Yeah. Cool.
Edgar's playing Find the Lady with like the 3 cups,
Uh-huh.
shuffling them around.
I intentionally choose the wrong one.
Is little Jeffrey just mechanical Edgar?
I give him some coin.
Nah.
I love him.
Did you decide if he was a river otter or an ocean otter?
I decide this every time we talk about it, and I never remember which it is.
I'm pretty
The
sure he
scary
was a
one?
river otter.
I
The
think
scary
so too.
one. The terrifying
The
one.
scary one.
They're both scary. Sea otters are, I think, the scarier
But
ones.
the sea otter ones are like floofier.
Yeah.
The river otter's got like the big fucking teeth.
Yeah.
Look at like hangy.
But I think he's also like river otter size. So I'm not going to Google which river or sea otter can hold a lute better. Sorry.
Winnie, is there anything you wanted to do before leaving?
Probably something really important.
Do you want me to come back to you?
No, I think I am good. I would like to buy a replacement net, and I can do this from Trosho. That's fine. I lost one, so I'm replacing it from events that we shall not go into. And I think that's it. Winnie would make sure that one kid that was working at Penny's stand has gotten settled somehow and isn't just like lost on the island. I think that might be it. I'm really excited.
Are you going to send them to work at Father's Fine Finds number 2? Chapter 2?
I might. Or at least like recommend that be where
The starting place.
they start, yeah.
Hey, Derek, can Father's Fine Finds be called the second take because it's the second one and they take things?
Oh my god, that's so
good. Oh,
Instead of, just adding miscellaneous second to.
Yes, that's better. Second take is much better. I don't remember if I even named the boy who came from Penny's.
you might.
Because I remember she had like a side tiefling worker, but that was like but she had a bodyguard.
Is that not who came with us?
I don't think I ever specified. I think we
Okay.
were just going to like franchise out, and we said that like it could have been that Penny came with you at this point. I don't think I ever specified.
You could. You did not say that Penny came with us. I thought you said she did send someone.
She could absolutely send somebody. Yeah. She sent a teenager. His name is Tobias, and he's super excited to be here.
All right, then in which case I would absolutely send him towards Father's Fine Finds second take, because even if they can't use him, because I don't know if we as a group have discussed them looking for local youths, but they would be the best. The other thing, I did think of something. The only other thing I can think of that Winnie would want to do before she left specifically would be to go to Planned Parenthood and see if there's anything in their travels that the owner, whose name just escaped me, needs. Basically, I'm asking her if she has a side quest for us where if there's any plants or seeds or anything, while we're out and about, that we could bring back. And if not, also fine. And then I think she wants like a little plant of some sort, some sort of easy keeper, sort of like what she got for Proximus, but different, just for brightening up her workstation on the Redemption.
So you meet with Brenna Sprinklet, owner and operator of Planned Parenthood, and other fine vines. So you're looking for a side quest. She goes, yes, of course, any sort of seeds or plants or anything exotic that you happen to come across would be much appreciated. We could absolutely sell almost anything of the flora variation here.
Okay.
And you were looking for a plant to have absolutely zero sunlight, little
I have a
water.
porthole, and I have so much water.
Salt water?
Literally right next to an alchemy jug.
Ah, okay. Well, they don't grow in mayonnaise.
Also, sometimes fresh water just comes out of my mouth. Not often, but sometimes.
So, like, it's break time. I'm so just okay.
Break and broken.
Okay. Well, what sort? You're looking for something flowery then?
Oh, that'd be nice. Something that's an easy keeper that, yeah, we could keep each other company.
All right. Let me see what I have.
And also
I'm pretty
little
sure
Jeffrey can work on his still life.
he's just standing totally still at the far end of the room. That's
Not blinking.
yeah. He's doing a fantastic job. Well, we do have, let's see here. These are gondolin hydrangeas, which come from somewhat of an arid region, so they don't need too much water. There are
Is that why I
also
killed one?
there are also the Ivornian lilies, which are very pale white. Need
Perfect,
a lot
sold.
of water. Alrighty. Okay then, here you are, Darren. Yeah, and
Thank you.
they're in a hanging planter, so you can put them right next to your porthole.
Perfect. Thank you. See you in 8 or so months. Bye.
Anything that Proximus needs, we will retcon and say that it happened. We are bringing Dominero along. But Scarlet, is there anything that you wanted to prep?
I would like to find the 5 souls that I had previously marked and promptly unmark them. Try out that new ability. Are they nowhere on the island? Are they gone? Are they gone?
Oh, you thought they were still alive?
Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.
Go ahead and roll me a luck check, just a d20.
Okay. That's a 13.
13. Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d4.
Okay. That is a 4.
You find one of them still on the island. As far inland as can be, he has joined and is now working with the monastery that is being rebuilt at the center of the island. Even then, he has tried to keep as far away from the water source, the inlet that has that leads up to the monastery, and not getting too violent about it, has hurt himself in some very serious ways, and it no longer has the ability to see. And when you find him, what do you say?
I don't say anything.
He just looks at you. Well, doesn't look at you. I guess he's near you. The other monks are kind of going about. He has stopped as he realizes that there is someone near him, and his nose twitches a little bit. Is there something I can help you with, miss?
No.
Your perfume is very familiar for some reason. This is the Cloudseeker Monastery. If there's anything that anyone here can do for you, we are at your service. If you need a quiet place to sit and contemplate, you may take any open space. If you are in need of food or shelter, it
No, I
absolutely
don't
is
need
yours.
anything of that.
All right.
I appreciate your time.
It's all that I have. I am glad that I was able to give some of it.
There's nothing she can do if he can't see the tattoos. Right?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. Fuck me sideways. 26. I don't know when my
Acacia
arcana
was
got to be +8, but here we are.
Acacia was absolutely correct that you are no longer marked by your patron, that there is something else that is looking out for you, that is in and of itself, powering you, energizing you in a sort of way. I think there was a word that, Acacia's grasp of the arcane is different than yours. Not lesser than, but different. And a word that you might have used were you to examine the words and try to understand the sentences that are otherwise backwards and oftentimes upside down, is that you were, before this, a poison, a venom, going out into the world and spreading and infecting and killing in many ways. Perhaps not instantly in the way that venom does, but drawing things out painfully. And through sacrifice and your own inner power, you have inverted that. And you are an antitoxin, an anti-venom now. And that is not based on sight alone, for you are, as Roland said, a shield song. You are something else now. And you get the feeling that whereas sight might have been the thing that poisoned people before, you are much stronger than that now. And you get the feeling to perhaps reach out to this individual.
This is going to sound strange. May I touch you?
Of course. Human contact is... Sometimes it helps us all. And he extends out a hand towards you.
And I will take it.
And you would watch as the characters that cover your body illuminate and begin to swirl, almost like in a centrifuge going around your arm, down your hand. And as they hit his, you can see them glow just slightly before they fade into his body. And as you pull away, the characters fade from your body. You haven't lost any. They're still there as they fade. And he catches his breath in this soft gasp. I should have known it was you.
If you would have known it was me, you probably would have run. I don't blame you.
I don't blame you.
It's okay if you do.
Thank you for coming back. I need you to know that I was not a person who ever really deserved any bit of kindness before all of this, and I went through quite a lot, but I have found myself to be something better on the other side, and I'm not going to thank you for that, because it was not an act of generosity, it seems, but I am going to thank you for coming back.
You shouldn't have to thank me for fixing something that I broke.
If we don't thank people for the little things, then what does it matter when we thank them for the big things? You've done right, and you've righted a wrong. And if there's one thing I've learned here, that is so much more than most people do in their lives. Even the little wrongs. I'm not sure I ever even got your name.
You can call me Dianthe.
Be well, Dianthe. Have peace in your life, and let your light shine where it may. And he
Silently slip away.
he nods and turns his own way. That's where we're going to take a break. We'll be back in 10 to 15. Take care of yourselves, stick around, and we will be back with even more Horizons Call. Thanks for sticking around, folks. Avast and welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Horizons Call. I am Derek. I am your GM for this game. Before we hop back into stuff, just one last reminder that if you do love this cast and crew, which honestly, how could you not? You can show your love through tips, should you be willing and able to do so, through our Pally. Pally.gg, you can find the link in chat, is a wonderful tool that we use to evenly distribute anything that you are able to give in any sort of tips towards cast and crew. Evenly distributes based on shares that we allot, so every player has equal share, equal stake in this game. And if you are able to tip, you can also impact this game. You can give crits advantages, you can determine who those crits and advantages go to, and you can also give black spots, which are complications that make the game just a little bit extra spicy, in a fun way for me, not in the other traditional spicy way. That's those are other games. Jumping back into it, you all have done some last minute things on the, not last minute, but some pre-travel things on the island, checking off some boxes, even some emotional boxes. What does anything else? I guess I should ask this. Anything else you all would like to do before you weigh anchor and make way for Shacklebreak?
I would like to show Acacia and Winnie the plot for the house.
Okay. Are you going to take them to like the area where it's being built, like where the foundations have been laid?
Mm-hmm.
Heck
Okay.
yeah.
Where is that on the island? Are we looking more like towards the city, more away from the city? Are you going to be neighbors with Winnie?
Not going to be neighbors with anyone.
Yeah,
probably not
neighbors
going to
with
be
Acacia.
neighbors with anyone.
I guess, yeah, how close is it to the water? Oh, give me deets. All the deets.
It's not in town.
Hmm.
If there is a small cove from where like the ocean like dips in just a little bit, it's probably where it is. It's like there's access to the water. It's not directly in town.
There is a rocky alcove.
It's secluded without being like hermit level.
Yes. There's a rocky alcove that I think is perfect for sirens. A lot of people didn't build there because like they thought the rocks just looked a little too intimidating, a little too sharp, the way the ocean had kind of carved them over time. But your foundation sits just perfectly firmly settled within them. This what will be a very idyllic looking home with this natural, almost brutalist exterior to it, kind of settled within the great the great middle ground that Scarlet herself represents. And foundations are laid, workers are already stacking up materials. You have the dwarves from Axia, the goblinoids from Anoth, humans as well, all going about it. And it's already become a work site. It's very busy. They're already talking about how to get foundations into like the sandy ground where you are, how to make sure that you're putting water, all that type of stuff is being dealt with.
Memorize it
Winnie,
on
you
your,
see that as well.
Yeah. Memorize it on your map. It will be a house eventually.
If it is not complete by the time we get back, I would be concerned.
I will have complaints. Probably no one exactly, but questions enough. I just wanted to show you where it was going to be. This is weird for me, I know.
Housewarming party when we get back?
Please,
Yes.
housewarming?
Yes.
Gotta have a housewarming.
I'm planning this, though. Not you, Winnie.
I mean, that's fair.
We should probably... I don't think most of us have had a housewarming party, so maybe we should just go around in a group and...
We like bar hopping our houses.
A housewarming is just where you invite Marcus over for like an hour and you're like, okay, it's warm. You can leave now.
Goodbye.
You can all have a little
We're all
get
popular in the
together
winter.
at each of our places.
Sinjin doesn't have winters. What am I talking
Winter is this. Yeah, okay. And if Marcus is there, he does make the comment that this is the first home that I've had that hasn't moved since I was 8 years old.
Welcome home.
My first home was on a Kraken, so there's that.
So you also had a home that moved.
I hate to think about that. I really do.
I think we have good foundations for a good home here, you
If
and
this
I.
one moves, I'm burning it to the ground.
We can do that. That's always an option.
You could
I
write
don't
your
think you
names
need
in the stones before we leave.
I don't think you
Like
need
the
to
wet
worry
concrete.
about this one moving.
I did know a Baba Yaga if you do want to get the chicken feet on it, but otherwise, yes, we don't have to.
No, I'm good. I'm alright, thanks so. It's stationary. I have a moving house. It's called the ship.
Like I said, anything that Proximus wanted to do before we can retcon and say that he did it. And we can say that it's probably a couple of days to supply for your journey, just to make sure that if you don't have to, or you don't have to make stops, you can supply for the 90-day journey there and back as well. So the 180-day journey. Plus a little bit since you stopped in Shackle Break. So the, 220-day journey now. No, that's also bad math. 200-day journey, because you're doing 110 and then 90 on the way back if you want to have a straight shot. Anyway. Ready to disembark? Okay. So, as the days pass and supplies are gathered, you all board your ships, the Innocence, and nope, the Redemption. We said it earlier, and I was like, "Don't call it that."
Wait,
I
do have one question.
Yes,
'Cause
yeah,
I do
please.
remember, I had one thing and I remembered what it was. Eva, I think, first of all, how many miles is a 1 square, Derek?
I thought you were asking me
Oh.
that, and I was going to be so upset.
That's a great question.
Because
I
that
feel
might
like
negate my question.
I feel like I wrote this down somewhere. I
You
can't
did,
remember. I was
because you've
most-
told us before.
Yeah, I was mostly going off of length of travel. Let me see if I can do some math real quick. But what is your question? Maybe I can answer it without
this part is for Winnie. We briefly talked about me sending an animal messenger to Nibirian.
Oh, yeah.
And if that's something you wanted me to do still, but I can't do it unless I know the distance, because animal messenger spell only goes 50 miles for flying and 25 miles for everything else.
Well, and I forgot that I could just
Send him.
send him. So
It might just be better for you to send anyway.
Yeah. No offense. Also, did you meet him or no?
We've met Nibirian, remember? He gave us a ride to Satyria.
I know, but I was trying to remember if that was before or after.
That was after.
I couldn't
That
remember
was
where
after.
he took us, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so very appreciative of your skills and your talents. But I am just remembering that I can do the sending thing. So I'm
No
just
worries.
gonna cut out the middle centaur and I will send him myself.
Okay.
which I will wait to do until Derek gives me the okay when he's done with math.
I'm not sure I'm going to find it. I will try to do my best.
Also, it
estimations
doesn't
on
really
it.
matter if we're not doing the sending, right?
Yeah.
Or if we're not doing.
Well, you're not
It
doing the
doesn't.
animal. Yeah,
Yeah.
So yes, if you would like to do sending, you absolutely may for Nibarian.
Okay.
Hi, Nibarian. It's Winnie. Long time no talk. Hope you're well. My new base is formerly Undertow Island. Off Hillholm, if that. I'm trying to think of.
You're already at 22 by my count.
Same. Well, I
23.
guess I was one off because I've only got my thumb sticking out. But, I don't know. Please stop by.
But if he stops by when you're not there?
Well, I mean, he's not going to show up tomorrow. I can just listen to his response and send another
Rampage
sending
into
tomorrow.
town, creating a blockade. Yeah, let's bring the dragon turtle that demands sacrifices to our island.
They're not sacrifices. They're just gifts.
Okay, that's cult leader talk. Okay. You.
Am I
would get a
misremembering? Has he
message.
demanded a sacrifice from you before?
No, because you're friends, but
Yeah.
that's the whole deal of like Nibarian's Wake is like you only travel through if you're willing to dump like a significant portion of your supplies to make sure he doesn't attack your ship.
Yeah, but we're friends, so.
Yes. Okay.
Sacrifices for Colonel Mac.
You get a response back. Hello, Winnie. I will happily stop by your island. Sounds nice. I'll do my best not to eat or destroy anything or anyone. See ya soon.
I will probably relay that information, and I will message him tomorrow, unless someone else feels the pressing need to jump in on that.
We
sooner.
have what, 5 charges of sending to use or 4?
I thought it was just one.
Between all of us, we each have one.
It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a shared minutes thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I guess someone wants.
You can use Scarlet's. It's fine.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Proximus just because he's not here.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not gonna make decisions for Michael. Maybe he needs it.
Okay, then.
Yeah. If you want to use my shell phone to message him back, you can.
Thank you. Yeah, I will use another charge to just say heading off island for a few months. I'll bring you back something nice.
You would get back then last time. I'll hang out for a bit then. Be safe. Imperials seem to be everywhere.
Oh. Hey, it's not a party line, right? Like, if one of us is using sending on their cell phones, it is still
It's
a
a
private
it's a
connection.
one way. Yeah.
Just checking. Hey, friends. We pretty much already knew this, but just letting you know that Nibarian says, in his waters anyway, he's been seeing Imperials everywhere.
I hope he's crushing all the ships of Imperials that come through.
I
his
have a
waters.
pretty good feeling that they're not offering him too many, presents.
Tributes.
Sure, tributes. Potato, potato. I don't even know if we have potatoes in this world.
I'm sure we do.
Sea taters. It's a hardy plant. Okay. You all then are good to go. So the sails are unfurled, the anchors are weighed, and you all board again the Redemption and crosses Mercy and take to the seas. Navigating is Connery has the map laid out showing your journey. There is a matching map for Crosses Mercy with Scarlet and Marcus. Who is on which ship? Scarlet, I'm presuming Crosses Mercy.
Nobody wants to be on my ship.
You
Well,
don't have
we'll
a
find
work
out.
spot, a workshop for me.
I might actually go over to the Cross's Mercy because it is bigger than the Redemption. So I might have a little bit more extra room.
You can have
I feel like
Marcus's
there's, like-
cabin.
I feel like there's always like tradesies between like the crew on sometimes like someone's getting in a scuffle, they're like, fine, fuck it, I'm going to the Cross's Mercy for a night. I'm like, okay. As long as everyone's happy, I don't give a shit.
I'm going to Mom. She's got an N64.
Yeah, and like I'm not
Everyone just
technically.
starts referring to Scarlet and Connery as mom and dad, and it's just weird.
Yeah, 'cause
Mom's got a new boyfriend.
I technically am not
love
part of either crew,
No.
so like you don't need me on one specific ship. So I'll
I mean,
probably
Yeah, because you are like, because you're getting paid, so like,
Yes.
yeah.
you're
So I'm gonna
ship
go-
Private
entity.
consultant.
I don't know what my role is
You're
here.
private consultant.
Weird horse girl.
Private consultant.
Yeah. So I think I'll be on the Redemption this time around.
Yeah.
Not
Or-
the Redemption.
Crosses.
Cross's Mercy.
You said weird horse girl.
Do you want the first mate's cabin? It is available.
Acacia just redecorates Marcus's cabin
Actually,
to be
yeah.
like Tina
Do you
Belcher's.
offer it? Because I'll totally take a cabin.
Yeah.
At this point, I think Marcus has moved his shit out. Like, you two have gone public enough.
Isn't it being used as storage?
It was.
Like, subtly,
As a
yeah.
joke, I think, just to see if he would notice. is
Yeah,
what-
they've just been piling shit up on his bed.
I call
Acacia-
you up.
promptly removed.
What? Can you ask Marcus if he wants all the shit on his old bed?
No, because none of it is his.
So just put it in the
Put it in the hallway.
hold.
It's fine.
Okay.
The other officers will come get their stuff.
Toss it out. I guess I'm staying on Cross's Mercy.
Got a whole ass first mate's cabin for you.
Does Acacia
okay.
get a fancy coat?
She's not the first
Not
mate.
first mate.
I know, I'm kidding. I know it doesn't come with like this cabin.
Doesn't
but-
go with the status. You just get the fancy cabin.
I don't have to use my little travel cot.
Oh my
Well, I still
gosh.
have to, but
Winnie will stay on the
Um,
Redemption with her workshop and new plant companion.
Acacia, in your new first mate's cabin, Krej, the large bugbear bosun, like comes in, puts her super long arms on like the top of the frame of the door, and is just like, "Hey,
hey,
my name's Krej. If you need anything, you just you let me know.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, you do that." She's a little wink.
I want a vibe check.
Is Krej the third in command? I can't remember who you determined.
Quartermaster.
Bosun. So
No, that's husband.
Well, because
Derek,
sometimes
I don't
it's
know what this
quartermaster,
means.
sometimes it's bosun, so I wasn't sure which one it was. It's not Krej,
Ma-
right?
1 second, Mare, what was your role?
Oh, hold on. Insight check. What's my vibe check? Oh, that's only a 10. I don't know
Okay.
what this means.
To your question, Eva, well, we can say that Krej is probably third in command. I think that's how D&D lists it, is it goes captain, first mate, bosun, quartermaster. I have always kind of thought as the bosun being slightly higher than the quartermaster, but really when it comes down to it, if the first mate can't be in charge, they typically pick somebody between the two. It's probably not the cook, but they are all officers. A bosun and a quartermaster have different duties, but get paid the same. To Acacia, just a friendly bugbear. Lots of tattoos. Very, very nice. Very nice to welcome you like this.
No, I just can't get a vibe check, I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
Like that's
Smiles and
alright.
winks. Yeah.
What are the tattoos of? Acacia's very perceptive.
Krej has knuckle tattoos, and a couple of tattoos on her shoulders, and I think on her like left cheek as well, because Bugbear is also very furry, so it's like the hair exposed. Does Acacia speak Goblinoid?
I don't think so.
Okay, they're all
Negative.
in Goblinoid.
I was literally about how does that work if they're a bugbear in tattoos if they're super furry?
Yeah, it's like it's in the spots where the hair is kind of like less dense, like again the knuckles on the face. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to bring my helmet over one of these days.
I don't think I've said this enough, but I love my officers.
No, they are all very
and-
good.
And Acacia, as Krej goes to leave, Esben, the human with like a scar around his neck, just looks at you, just like if a statue could scowl at you, and just nods slowly and keeps walking. And you're just wondering, like, is this a clown car of a hallway? Where are they even coming from? It's not that big of a space.
They were all coming to just shove their shit into the first
Yeah.
mate's cabin, and they're mad because they lost their storage spot.
Yeah, he's got like a box in his hands. He just looks at it and goes, and keeps going. Well, welcome to not really the crew. Great. So
You have a weird crew.
They're lovely.
They can be
Just
both.
wait. Do you see who their captain is?
Yeah, she's kind of weird too.
Yeah, I'm a little weird. It's fine.
meanwhile, on the other ship, a bird is talking to a fish about the best parts of different types of knots. I mean, we're all a little weird, okay?
A little weird.
At least the intro show. Honestly, if you do an overhead, it's much better than a sheep she.
I love saying intro show so much.
Okay, so we're at sea. We are traveling once again. You all have several weeks ahead of you. What is the planned first stop? Are we going straight to Shacklebreak, or are we planning on stopping at
Umberly?
Clear Sun? Are we stopping at Umberly's Eye beforehand?
I say, that's first, right?
I think, yeah, isn't that
It can
first?
be, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Well-
technically, yeah. As you were traveling, that would make more
Map-wise,
sense.
yeah.
I'm just trying to see if you're stopping at Pelinor's Keys, if you're stopping at Clearsong Isle, any of the other islands along the way first. Or even if you're stopping at Hillholm, since that was an option as well to get
Oh.
information.
I do mention. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it's not going to slow us down that much to just dip in to these ports on at least one ship, maybe even the Redemption, so she can catch up to the Mercy later. And just like
Collect information.
yeah. Especially in Hillholm, I don't think there's any like supplies we need, but
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense in like literally 3 days to resupply all over again.
yeah. But I mean, you know, if Acacia
Specialty.
wants to keep an ear to
Specialty
the ground
supplies.
for
That's
a
true.
lightkeeper or
Halfling liquor is definitely
It is favorite on our ships, apparently.
that's
Yeah.
true.
I did
Cleric.
reiterate to y'all what my dad said, and maybe bringing along. Do we actually have a cleric? Are there any clerics on either of our ships?
I don't think so.
So, technically, Connery, Constance, and Ripley have cleric spells. They are not a cleric class. Because, again, a lot
Yeah.
of, you know,
Yeah.
stat blocks aren't really built around classes because heroes are supposed to be separate. But they do have access to some of those things.
But they're not holy folks.
No.
Not anymore. Yeah. Constance and Krej have healing spells in that sense. Connery does have a handful of cleric spells because he was at one time a bit of a zealot. He uses part of the Leonin Iconoclast stat block, which gives him a number of cleric spells, but he is kind of stepped away from that. But I don't believe that you have anybody who's like, you know, and blessings to you, and blessings to you. You don't have like a what's
We don't
the
have
word?
God's favorite princess walking around.
You don't have what's the
You
name for
keep
like a
changing
military
patrons.
You don't have a military like priest. I can't remember the word I'm trying to think of
Okay.
right now. But yeah.
So I did mention to you what my dad said and maybe offered, maybe potentially looking into hiring a cleric.
I think that's a
Bring with
great
us?
idea.
Is that in the, is that
I didn't
in
say that in
the
Winnie's voice, but
coffers,
Winnie would have.
Scarlet?
If we don't pick anybody else up, we should be fine. We're just not paying them. How do I want to put this? I wanted to say modestly, but that's not right. We're going to pay them modestly.
I thought you were going to say in money, and I was like, please let's pay them money.
Kaplan was the word I was thinking of. And yes, let's pay them in experience.
No.
You're gonna level up so much.
You're going to be able to use this on your next ship.
Nope. We're gonna pay them, just not gonna pay them super fancy.
I mean, what else would a cleric want? Like, what could we offer? I could make them beer.
A donation to the church.
I mean, we've already kind of done that, so.
Oh, we have already done that.
The worst they can say is a price that we don't want to pay, and then we say, no, but thank you.
Fair. All right, find someone.
Do we want to find someone over in Barros or Dover at Umberlee's Eye?
I feel like we will have better chance at Umberlee's Eye to find
Yeah.
someone. We have more of a selection.
Yeah.
Also, some that are not super savory and might just come for shits and giggles.
I really don't want to hire someone who's going to judge me for the things that I do. Just FYI.
We do that for free.
You do, and I appreciate you. Appreciate your free judgment, Winnie.
Anytime. Okay. Okay, so we'll just pop on over to Hellholm super quick, ask around for information and rumors, and maybe a sandwich, and then hit the sea again, and do the same thing at the Keys. Umberlee's Eye is that little island between Shacklebreak and the bigger island next to Karina.
Little ring, little donut around there. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And then just 1, 2, 3, and then Shacklebreak.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is, if for every island you will stop off on, just to not have to come up with more NPCs you'll never see again and only make names more confusing, we can do insight, perception, investigation. We can do persuasion, intimidation. It all depends on how you are gathering this information. You know, if you're just going to sit in a tavern and overhear stuff, perception. If you were asking about, you know, to a friendly bartender, perhaps that is persuasion. If you are trying to, like, you know, get the information out of somebody who's a little reluctant and maybe you have to, you know, strong arm a little bit, maybe that's intimidation. So let me know how you would like to go about this. I will ask the islands that are along the way. You can tell me if they stopped in the first place, and what information you might ask about and how you are gathering that. So the first... Yes.
Sorry, Derek. If we are sending the Redemption, Scarlet will dimension door from the Cross's Mercy to the Redemption to go into port.
That makes sense.
Fair enough. Okay.
I just want to say, because I'm a little paranoid, maybe it's because I'm thinking about Anik for some reason. I feel like you don't zing us on this so much, but if we see like Imperial flags over a port, let's have a little conversation about that before we just go sailing on in, right? Like,
I will make note of that, because that is something I mentioned, is that Pelennor Keys are like Imperial territories.
Okay, yeah. So like we might have a little conversation about how we want to, if we want to, yeah. Good reminder. Derek,
We flipping the Redemption's flag? Because remember, we can do that.
We can do that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
You can do that. That's true.
I do think it's still a good idea to like stop in and see what an Imperial port has to say, but yeah.
I just had a really, really good, I don't know if it's good or cursed idea, but you know how our Jolly Roger is the bells, right? The flower.
It's the lily of the valley.
Mhm.
The lily of the valley. But what if our Jolly Roger was the lily of the valley, but the flowers were the shape of skulls?
Oh,
I've seen them.
oh yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Sorry, sorry. I was just suddenly popped in my
very
head.
good. Yeah, and honestly, I believe your individual ship flag for the Redemption still might be a cat skull with wings and a crown for the flip.
He's changed it.
You changed it? Okay.
Wait.
It's the
Yeah.
lily of the valley ring.
Okay. Well, that's your naval flag. I didn't know.
I
if your
thought we
ship
had
flag-
decided it was both.
Both. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that would make sense for your capital ship anyway. So the closest that you are going to get is, or the closest island to you as you begin to travel, would be the primary port city of Hillholm. That is the city of Brandy Dance. That is their major port, and where a lot of ships come in and out of. A lot of information would likely be garnered there. Who is gathering information? How are you doing so, Keisha?
Wait.
Acacia is just gonna do, if someone else wants to get like specific information, Acacia will get like general information, and I'm going to wild shape into a cat,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna
Ooh.
listen until we are ready to go.
All right. I will get that roll from you second. Winnie, did you have something?
Yeah, so we're not just like a couple of us can ask around, right?
It can be everybody. It can be a couple
Okay.
of you. I just, yeah. If it's going to be everybody, we'll do like a group roll. If it's going to be a couple of you, some of you might get different information from the others.
Yeah, that makes sense. Winnie would probably maybe persuasion. I don't know. Charmingly, she'd like to go to like a tavern kind of by the docks, and then one a little further bit in, and just like sit and have a little bit of red drink and be conversational and friendly and ask
Okay.
about stuff.
Okay.
Where
So
it's safe to sail, and like, you know, what shipping trends are like, you know, because if there's a lot of fighting on the water, like trade goods are going to be more expensive and stuff like that. And then gosh darn it, it's hard for a merchant these days.
I like the fact that Winnie's probably sitting on the ground just to like be at eye height with all the halflings.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, did we leave, like, we left a plan for the Star's Luck, right? Like, we
Yes,
sent
it
them off
is-
somewhere.
it is-
Assuming we did.
I thought we
They're-
did,
they-
and then
Tavia's doing her captaining
Yes.
thing.
good.
You
Perfect.
you put them on a smuggling mission, so they are
Yeah.
smuggling goods. They are bringing in income and economy to Phoenix Landing.
Perfect. Love it. I just wanted to be sure they weren't.
Yes, you all hired
In the
them as a
void.
smuggling ship. They are smuggling. No, that's a spinoff. They're basically just doing a Firefly. You don't have to worry about them. They have their own adventures.
Oh my god, can I play McCurator? I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. So for Acacia, that sounds like perception. If you're just listening around as a cat, for Winnie, it sounds like persuasion. Go ahead and give me those rolls, and I will give you what information you might be able to gather from Hillholm.
I rolled a low. I only got a 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah, I got real excited for a second, but I was looking at the wrong score. I have 14.
Okay. Yeah, I think Winnie, especially because of how busy this port is, it's kind of tough. You go into a very crowded tavern, the Gold Cider Tavern, and it's kind of like it's hard to get anybody's attention. The bartender is near run ragged behind the bar. There's kind of people just chattering so loudly, it's hard to pick up on a full conversation. There's so much going on. But you kind of like are able to eavesdrop a little bit, kind of butt your way into a conversation. You get a couple of like hey, this is an A and B conversation. See your way away. But there's a couple of halflings that are more like, oh, sea elf, yeah, no, come on, have a seat. Where you been? And they chat with you a little bit. I'm also gonna play the Hill Home song because this is the first time you all have been there, and I think it's fun. Acacia, you perch outside somewhere as a cat, just kind of just listening about, maybe on the docks. The docks is probably a good place to just listen about, and cats are seen as good luck. Yeah, fish. You are not shooed away in any way. You know, you're a good luck charm. You keep the rats away. Winnie, what do you ask about specifically? Because Acacia's just kind of getting general information. You're asking about shipping routes, any fights that are happening.
Yeah, basically like how, like if the waters have kind of gotten more dangerous in terms of like kind of playing it from like a merchant angle. Just like, you know, are there a lot of ships being stopped, or is there a lot of pirating going on, or like are people being harassed by kind of anybody, but like specifically, yeah, like pirates or the Empire or third factions or whatever. Just kind of like, you know, are there Imperial checkpoints or whatever? You get a couple of sailors. Ways I hear it, mid-seas, terrible place to be these days. Krakens, privateers, no end of nonsense out there. I even heard about some sort of Triton lady that was going around hopping on ships and threatening people looking for some other Triton fellow, but that was a while back. No, as I hear it, Kraken attacks are just everywhere these days, and whether or not the Empire is, and honestly, best place to be is on the west side of Validus these days. On the east side, everybody's having a bad time. I have a cousin up in Polanis. Can't even get a ship out of the harbor at this point. What is it, over by Elendar? I hear they've been trying to ship out, make even more ships that the forests can't even regrow fast enough. Setting them all to the Empire as I hear it, though their forests are nearly depleted at this point. Just a big mess, honestly, if you ask me. I've had a ship boarded 3 times in the past 6 months by Imperials. They didn't find anything, of course, but they're looking for somebodies or some things. And honestly, I've been boarded plenty of times in my decent life, but now they have mages on board, heavy armored individuals. These aren't just your standard, you know, fill out a form and proper kind of ships. These are war ships out there looking for something. So bad day to be a pirate unless you got a letter of marque, is the way I hear it. Acacia, what you would hear. So there's a lot of chatter. There's down by the docks, you're getting a lot of folk that aren't necessarily halflings. Yeah, so I had a friend down by the Narrows. As I hear it, they're having some problems down there with aboleths, but I don't know. It's not really much of my business. Heard they had an aboleth problem in one of them Sea Elf kingdoms too, not that long ago. I don't know if that's still going on or not. Also, I had a harbinger on my ship not that long ago too. Bit weird, but she was hip hopping this way and that. Dropped her off down by the broken bridge, and you wouldn't believe this. Had a fellow down there saying that he had seen some sort of rainbow fortress that some sort of genie lived in or something, was going to get all of this gold or whatever. Nonsense if you ask me.
Where was the aboleth? What was the location for that, Derek?
Down by the Narrows. That's between Hexacotl and Tulakan in the lower left-hand corner, southwest there. Other than that, I tell you, I used to go to Soteria a lot, but since that blockade, aren't doing much trade there. Not really doing much trade with the war still going on there in Gondola. It's hard to find places to trade at these days, I tell you that much. Wireless is doing well, though. Good for them. Just trying to find a place where you... Sorry.
Who was that? Who's doing well?
Rylus. That is the island just south of Dynisi.
Okay. I see it. Okay.
Yeah, ways I hear it, as long as you don't have an imperial flag over you, your economy's going to do just fine. Otherwise, you're going to be taxed into oblivion and have so many imperial spears poking up your ass, you might as well call yourself a flagpole.
So if you're not flying an Imperial flag, you're good at Rylus.
It sounds like the Rylus is outside of imperial waters, but by that marker, it sounds like Pelinor's Keys, Nyos, maybe even parts of Karina are currently having issues with the Empire because Rylus is just outside of like that border there where Hillholm and Anoth are. Yeah, I think that's what you pick up.
Okay.
Okay.
I also get a lot of good pets.
Yes, absolutely. I would say roll an animal handling, but you are the animal. I'm not sure how that would work.
Cuteness check. Performance cuteness check.
Performance check. Yes, perform with advantage. You are a cute cat.
I do believe in the Flittins one shot we reverse rolled animal handling
I think so.
to
yeah.
like convince people to handle us.
I got a 12.
I think we convinced Marcus to handle us.
Good pets. Yeah.
Good
They were
pets.
good pets.
Hell yeah. And fish.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody wanted to do at Hillholm? Cool. Okay, so next island that you would probably hit is Clearsong. That is the there's a magical college there. Did you all want to stop there for any reason? Yes. No? Yes. I saw a nod and a shake. When are you giving me the shake? Did you want to stop?
You said they have a magical college.
They have a magical college.
We can
Clearsong
stop.
Island.
Acacia's not going on land.
That's fine.
Frat parties.
Yeah.
I would like to pop in. It's unaffiliated, right? They're not Empire.
Correct.
I would like to pop on real quick. And listen to similar rumors and also like the college coffee shop, you know,
Okay.
diner. I kind of want to get a feel for like if there's any sort of recruitment going on here for, you know, like I'm sure there's usually common jobs for all these students after
Sure.
magic college or whatever, but I want to know if they're like either there are jobs that are kind of like drying up and now they're kind of being recruited in other fields, or like what the deal is.
Interesting. Okay.
I know that's a little weird, but yeah. Also, I want to keep my ear out. I know this is a long shot, and I'm crossing my wires here. I want to keep my ear out for the Mochi and the Clarences of the college, who might need like other places to go or things to do or that sort of thing. Like, not malcontents, but like, you know, folk who aren't like sticking around the college for one reason or another.
Okay. Perception, or are you actually talking to folks?
It's Winnie. My
That's
perception is excellent, but I would be talking to folks. So, well, the thing is like, I wouldn't talk to them until I had like done a once over. So I guess probably that would be perception.
Okay.
Oh shit. 31.
Okay. Winnie, you can only get so close to the college because it is a magical college and they're not just letting any riffraff in. That would be
But
a
I'm
terrible
magical.
university.
And I'm
Yeah,
cute.
but you're not a student.
No.
So, you kind of like hang out in like the main street of the town that exists outside the college. And students are walking by, faculty are walking by. They are very identifiable by their robes that kind of mark the College of Magic that they are studying within Clearsong Isles College itself. And you see that there's definitely, like I said, there's members of staff, members of higher academia that are kind of like off shift in the town, and then there's groups of students going about as well who are much more like, I'm going to say disheveled, kind of in the way that, like, when you go to graduation, there's the way the teachers wear the robes, and then the way that the kids wear the robes after the ceremony. And that's kind of what we're going for here is it's clear to tell who's who, even when, like, you might have 100-year-old elf and a, 20-year-old human, and
I'm
the
not
20-year-old's the teacher.
To discontented, like, maybe professors who have recently realized they will never get tenure. Like, I'm also fine with that group.
You go into the tavern, and there absolutely is just a professor who is constantly magically refilling their own glass. Okay, who are you approaching? You rolled over a 30. You can describe who you approach at this point, and they exist.
That professor sounds hilarious, so probably them. And then if there's like a small table, like a 4-top or 6-top, like that has like maybe an extra seat or two that isn't full of like a couple students who are just like with that look. And I'm a sit down and just kind of, I guess little Jeffrey probably came with me because of course he did. I'll just plop him next to me and, hi, I'm Winnie. I'm new around here and I was wondering if you had time for a couple quick questions. I don't want to bother you. You seem a little busy, but,
Ask your questions.
Yeah. So, I was just wondering, like, what? This feels like a college board, like, interview.
It's really not.
How are you, how are you finding things around here? Have you been, at Clearsong long?
Yeah, and you're talking to the professor that can't get tenure that's drinking themselves into a stupor on a...
I know that he doesn't have tenure at the
Okay,
moment.
but that's what I'm asking. That's who you are talking to.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a half ogre. Very, very large individual wearing robes that are far too small for them.
Could I maybe buy you a drink that, is a little... Can you make yourself whatever you want? Or... Have you had red drink?
I could... Yes, we have red drink. I can make myself anything that I need.
Oh, that's handy.
Well, when you learn enough magic, you can do anything that you need at this point, and you don't have need for anything else, and no one has need from you for anything. And I'm sorry, you asked how things were. I've been here for a long time. Things here are fine. They are as they always have been. The college
What's your
remains.
field of magic? Do you do research? If you had time, if you had money?
We all do research. It's publish or perish, honestly, and I am an abjuration wizard.
I don't know what that means. Winnie,
Shields, banishments,
I'm sure.
protections. I'm sorry, it sounded like your inner voice was becoming your outer voice, and I will do the
That's just
claps
for the
if I have
audience
to.
who might not remember exactly what abjuration is. But, that's good. So shields and stuff, huh? Like protection? That seems really important, though. Like, they must hold you in pretty high esteem around here.
All the children these days, all they want to learn about are the new fancy magics, like graviturgy and chronomancy. Nobody cares about good old
Chronomancy.
thought.
My brother's a chronomancer. I get it.
Anyway, you are just wanting to talk? Are you looking for a recommendation? I can
Kind of.
Like pull out a crumpled letter. Here's a letter of recommendation. I just mass produce them at this point. Most of the students don't even want to come here anymore. They're getting much better opportunities over at the Imperial Arcanium.
Wait, are you saying I could get into college with this?
It depends. What are your transcripts like?
Probably not very good if I'm being honest.
Have you attended a magical college in the past? What is your field of study?
Well, like a couple classes at like the community college, but like I mostly
What community?
In full Amarillo, it was kind of like a little one. But like I mostly do like alchemy and stuff. But no, I'm getting off topic. What I was wondering, was if so like war hasn't really affected. Oh gosh, I was just thinking that like there's no like protests or anything at Clear Song, is there? Like anti-Imperium sentiment?
I mean, the students do as they will. No one's particularly fond of the Empire around here, considering they're taking a lot of our perspectives from us. And not exactly making the oceans any safer at this point, but I've tried to keep my nose out of it. I am not a sailor by any means.
What do you know about large-scale protection magic? Like protecting a community versus...
Like a dragon? Oh, you mean not large scales, but large scale.
Yeah, I don't need to protect a dragon anymore.
Well, I actually know quite a bit.
Thank you,
as we have quite a few abjuration spells that protect our particular college here from any sort of exterior attacks.
Would you happen to be in the market for a new job? In a place that might respect you? And
It depends on the rates, I suppose.
are they paying you very well here? Do you feel
Do
a
they
sense
pay
of
you well
satisfaction?
anywhere?
I mean, technically I have more money than I can use at this point, so...
This is where you roll persuasion, especially when you say more money than you can use. Do you feel satisfied at your job?
Do you care about the legality of what you're doing at your job is the real question.
I would like to use
Come
my...
work at DeVry. Phoenix University. Oh shit, you are Phoenix University. Damn.
I used my inspiration, and that came out to a 21.
Phoenix Online. Great.
Fishing
Yeah,
line,
they put down the mug. I am looking for new work. I'm not appreciated here. I could do better things, other things, different things in different places. Do you know where that place might be?
You want to be a pirate?
No,
do I?
Not even a little bit.
Let me tell you about Phoenix Landing.
All right.
Are you just recruiting someone to make a new college on Phoenix Landing?
Yeah, well, like, I mean, I trust in Rollin. Winnie.
So am I
Winnie
going to be
trusts him.
headmaster or archmage? What are you thinking?
Research partner.
Well, now that you mention it, do you think what skills do you think you would bring to a headmaster position? Like, do you think you could organize a college offshoot? Like it wouldn't be like college, more like a private school. Like a smaller, what do you call it?
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'd like to get out of academia. If you just have a nice place that I could retire and maybe just do some abjuration magic, that might be nice.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like maybe help the town / island learn to protect itself. That'd be great. Here, let me draw you a little map. And I'm gonna write you a letter of recommendation myself. But it'll probably be customized.
I suppose you'll need my name then.
I was just gonna ask for it.
Reginald Skull Smasher. You can
It's
call me Reggie.
very, very pleased to meet you, Reggie. And she'll stick out her hand to shake it.
very large half ogre hand just like encompasses yours.
So there's coyotes and it's very stressful.
In real life, there's
in
not
real
sea
life.
coyotes.
When he all of a
Boy,
sudden
this
just has
college is terrible. It's just surrounded by coyotes.
weird
all the
visions
time.
of coyotes.
People should stop leaving out cat food.
So, yeah, I mean, so you could go there. I could tell you where it is, or if you wanted to come with us on the ship. Although you said you don't really like being on a ship too much. But the only thing is, if you just like show up at the island, like my brother's there, and he is sort of a acquired taste. But you might have some good theoretical discussions.
Oh, my family hasn't eaten people for a couple of generations now, so.
I mean, it would be pretty upsetting if you did, but it would also be, we'd understand. But I see what you're saying.
Does your brother have a teleportation circle set up?
Almost.
Wonderful. If you let me know when that is set up, I will teleport myself there in post tense.
Excellent. Well, it was very nice to meet you. I won't take up any more of your time. Please enjoy your beverages, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Nice to meet you, Winnie.
Honestly, having more powerful spellcasters on the island is a great idea.
I mean, it just feels like a good idea to diversify, you know?
Also, just poach all those disgruntled professors. Just go for it.
Winnie has the problem of like going into a grocery store with a shopping list and then seeing something like on an end cap and being like, ooh, I should have that. You know?
That's a mood.
Yeah.
Seeing that one drink on the shelf that you've never tried before, but let's try it because I deserve a little treat.
So, Winnie, the ships are still running. Connery still has the key in the ignition waiting for you to... Is there anything else you wanted to do on Clear Song?
No, I guess I'm good.
Okay. Well, a person recruited then. Not much information gathered, but it is what it is. I will move you along. Are we stopping at any of the Pelennor Keys, which may or may not have Imperial flags flying above them?
I think we decided we were going to skip those because we are intentionally going around, right?
So, yes, you're going to go either south around them, because going north probably is the less suggested. That's right into Imperial waters. But yes, you could sail through them. You could also stop at any of them. Just wanted to double check that was
So
not
the
plan.
idea behind that was to flip the redemption flags to not be ours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably best to at least stop at one place because Imperial information
Okay.
is held within Imperial docks.
So then, I'm guessing we're stopping at the most southern one?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Okay, that is Moorholt. So, yes, we'll put you right there. As you approach, this most certainly is an Imperial island. The flags are everywhere. Boy, how do they love their symbol. That price scallion of 3 swords with different figures on their pommels. A lion, I think it's a black hawk, black falcon, black bird of some sort, and a unicorn, all in a triangular formation on red and purple background. You change your flags as you go into port, and absolutely, you are able to, as far as you know, nobody really notices you. I should get some music going here. See if this works. And it's fine. You head into port and you notice that there are a lot of Imperial ships all around you, all flying again that flag. A lot of merchant ships as well. A lot of them, the merchant ships are more neutrally based. They don't really have like naval flags. Different makes, models. You know, perhaps some you would have seen that came from Anoth. Probably some ships from Hillholm. But the majority are going to be Imperial ships that are lined up. Not all are warships, but definitely some are. And you can absolutely dock out in the harbor along with a lot of the other neutrally identifiable ships. Who is going ashore, if anyone?
If anyone else goes ashore, I will suggest for them to disguise themselves because our wanted posters are probably everywhere.
Scarlet wants to tempt fate.
I am going to go ashore, same thing as on the other island as a cat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
You're tempting fate by actively not disguising yourself. Is that what
I
I'm
don't have
understanding?
anything to disguise myself.
A cloak?
Sunglasses?
do.
Anything?
I do have the cloak of many fashions.
A hood? A fashionable beanie?
Fashionable beanie.
Some
No, I do
mud,
have-
perhaps.
I do have the cloak of many fashions, so
Okay.
I can at least,
I have
make myself look not so like Scarlet Shores.
Self. Oh, and that only lasts for a minute. Yeah, I guess I'll go with disguise self.
Well, the port is busy, as I'm presuming you all take a longboat to the dock. Maybe not even to the dock, maybe just like the sand where a lot of the longboats kind of end up. Because the dock is where a lot of the ships are, the larger ships. And you all maybe don't want that much attention. So
I will mind link us
Okay.
this time because this is Imperial.
I will say if Proximus wants to be here, he can. We're going to be wrapping up here shortly, so
2 hours.
we'll see where Proximus wants to be. Acacia, what you're wild shaping into a cat?
Yeah, I'm probably going to stick around and shadow either Winnie or Scarlet, depending on who splits off where. But I will be a cat, yes.
Okay. Marcus stays with the ship unless Scarlet specifically asks for him.
Scarlet was on the redemption to go to the port.
Oh, so we're leaving. That's right, because you don't have a way of disguising that. So Marcus is away on the Mercy at this point.
Yep.
Okay. So Winnie, how have you disguised yourself?
I think.
You muted still.
I think
There we go.
that Winnie would go with being a dwarf.
Okay.
Like probably wearing similar clothes and maybe like a dwarven cartographer. Like she'll bring her bag, leaving little Jeffrey on the ship. She'll bring her bag with some like rolled up scrolls and papers and stuff, and her cartographer tools that she will change her supplies into.
Should also ask this: did Winnie drink her Havoc's tonic at any of the previous islands, or on this one?
No, she's trying to be more. Definitely not today. Okay. I think she's trying to be a little more judicious about it.
Fair enough. So, femme presenting dwarf, mask presenting dwarf.
I think femme presenting dwarf.
Okay. I was just wondering if Winnie's also going to be disguising her voice. But still have a beard?
Still have a beard. I think, yeah, I mean, she's altering her voice a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Just getting a
little
brain
more
visual.
subdued.
Okay. Okay, Scarlet then. How are we disguising ourselves, if any?
Cloak of many fashions.
What does it look like?
And the complete opposite of what Scarlet would wear. So, plain.
Floofly in pink.
No. I mean,
Okay.
so yeah. So yeah, that would no something that is not going to draw attention.
Okay. Okay. Is she drawn a hood? Is she?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a stealth check, please.
That one. So
So
We have
one.
3 group advantages.
I also have advantages of my own. So I will use one of those. That
Okay.
is better. That is a 15.
That is much better. That means we don't have we're not going to pick back up with combat, but as at least 3 of our party have gone ashore to their first official Imperial Island to gather some information. We're going to see how this goes next time. So little baby cliffhanger here. If you fall, it's not going to hurt too bad. But yes, that's where we're going to wrap up for the day. We will be back in 2 weeks. We will be taking next week off. The week after that will be our penultimate, and then the week after that will be ours.
We're on next week. We're off the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We play the 18th. We're off the 25th, and the season finale's on the 2nd.
Keep an eye on the socials.
Okay. Yes, yes. Keep an eye on the socials. I will double check all of that. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and where you can find more of them. And then we'll do some channel stuff and we will wrap up from there. So, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hello, I am Mare. You can find me on the socials, Tumblr, Twitter, and Blue Sky at Archmage of Dice. I'm not super active on them right now, but you can still find me over there. As always, every Saturday that we will be playing at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be here over on Horizon's Call. Next week on the Thursday, November 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be facilitating a game of Moon Sailors as we raise money for the Native American Rights Foundation. Native American Foundation, right?
Fund.
We're raising money.
Fund is the F.
Raising money.
Native American Rights Fund.
Thank you. We will be raising money as part of Team SideQuest's November fundraiser. And every Friday over on Valdrian's channel at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be playing in a game of Avatar Legends. Our premiere was yesterday of Season 2. Join us again as we come back next week.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mare. Next up, Eva.
Hi, hello. Excuse me. I am Eva. I have been your Sea Elf Weenie tonight. You can find me mostly here. I don't really have a whole lot going on at the moment. Trying to hammer out a couple 10 Candles games. Planning things for next year. And mostly just doing a lot of production stuff, which is always fun and exciting for me. You can find me, I think it's Evasari, or beacons.ai/Evasari is probably the best collection. Also not super active on a lot of things, but I lurk, so that's me.
Thank you, Eva. Again, Michael unfortunately was not able to join us tonight, but will be back next week because yes, Kaila was correct. We will be playing next week, not the week after that. So we will be taking the week of Thanksgiving off. Michael does the character art for this game as well as for Humblewood and a bunch of other stuff in his free time. That's fantastic. You can check out most of his socials at Mikyl Sandoval. That's MIKYL I highly recommend his Instagram for checking out all of his artwork. And you can also join our Discord. I will mention that here in a minute during my stuff and see all of it collected there as well. I highly recommend checking out Michael's socials to see his recent family portrait, which absolutely shattered my heart with how cute and wonderful it was. So, as always, special thank you to Michael. And last but not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello. My name is Kaila. Many faces, many places in the TTRPG realm, but primarily on this channel where you can find me every Saturday playing Scarlet Shores, our Siren, Storm Sorcerer, Pirate Captain extraordinaire. You can find my socials anywhere.
Yeah,
if you want.
They're there.
They're there.
You should. Wonderful. Thank you, Kaila. I am going to announce right now that I would love for Kaila to do painting streams, perhaps in the new year on our channel. So maybe we can have a Kayla's painting corner. I haven't talked to her about it at all, so this is probably a total surprise to her. But that would be
It
absolutely
is
amazing.
because, fun fact, I don't even have my paint camera set up anymore. I would have to set it back
Well,
up.
you know, like I said, next year.
I took it down. I retired, Derek.
It's an amorphous time. I know you're 2 days from retirement.
Paint with me, and I'll
And
paint.
Michael's art streams.
Yeah.
Oh,
paint
Michael
with
and
you.
I could do it together.
There
Sure
you go.
could. Sure heckin'
Different
could.
medium.
Oh, it's almost like
Oh.
you're selling yourself on it. Hi, everybody. I'm Derek Sword. I have been your GM for this. I use he, him pronouns. My sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. Some stuff for the channel. Yes, Kayla was correct again. I was incorrect. We are playing next week for Horizon's Call. That is the 18th, 3 p.m. Pacific time, and then we'll take the 25th off, and then our season finale will be on December 2nd at 3 p.m. After that, we are taking a little over a month's hiatus to rest, relax, recuperate, and for me to catch up on stuff. So we will be back. The plan right now is January 13th. But stick around. Stay in our socials. We will announce when that is. I want to make sure that these folks have a lovely holiday season, and it's always tough with travel and everything else going on to really take up weekends. However, that's not the case for my Humblewood folks. No, I'm going to let them have their stuff too. So speaking of Humblewood, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we have Humblewood, the Unwelcome Winter. This is a campaign that I'm running with another group of lovely folks where they are little humble folk. If you're not familiar with humble folk, they're little anthropomorphic animal creatures, characters who are trying to stop a 5-year seemingly unending winter, and they're just getting to their own magical college. Tomorrow is also the release of Monster Crush, which is a podcast I do with my friend LD. Jordan and I talk about different cryptids, creatures, and miscellaneous monsters and how smoochable they are, and also talk about like their history and their stories, and it's just fun to learn about monsters. This is episode 67, 68, 68. No. We're very close to the Mothman episode. Mothman will be episode 69. So that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. So definitely check that out wherever podcasts are found. And hey, I'll say this right now. If you leave a review, a nice review, I don't care if it's a mean review and it's funny, we get to read it on the podcast. So there's that. And if you have a spooky story, you can also send it into Monster Crush. All our socials are at Monster Crush Pod. And you can find all our stuff there. We have a one-shot of Moon Sailors that Mara is going to be a part of at 4 p.m. Pacific time on the 16th. That is this coming Thursday. And then we are back to Sword and Key movie nights on the 17th. That is Friday. That is 6 p.m. Pacific time. This coming week, I believe the movie is going to be Sunshine, which is a sci-fi classic that one of our mods, Liz, recommended. I have never seen it before. I'm very excited to watch it. Other than that, holidays are coming up. Stuff's going to get busy. Monster Crush is going to be out every other week. Humblewood's going to play every Sunday with a couple exceptions, so stay close to socials to see when we take those weeks off, because again, time gets busy. And again, Horizon's Call is going to be taking a month off here too. So Sword and Key might go a little quiet here for a little bit. Don't worry. Movie nights are still going to happen. We're still going to be planning for the new year. We're still going to have casting calls out soon. And you can see all of that, I should have said this a while ago, through our socials. You can find Sword and Key on Blue Sky, Instagram, Twitter, sword_and_key. You can find all of our stuff conglomerated, coalesced, and collected at our beacons, beacons.ai/sword and key, all one word. You can also find the Pally for this game, the Tiltifies for any charity campaigns we're doing, including like for Humblewood, which is raising money for Fauna and Flora International. And we're going to have some giveaways for Humblewood here soon as well, because I got contacted by Fauna and Flora International, and they're going to send us some shirts and hoodies and stuff. So definitely check out that game tomorrow for an opportunity to win some cool stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Definitely follow, like I said, follow Sword and Key. If you want to follow me, my stuff's DSword16, but most of the stuff I do is for Sword and Key anyway. We will see you all next week for more Horizon's Call, and until that time, fair winds and following seas, brave mariners. Take care of yourselves, and we will be rating Girls Run These Worlds. So go show them some love and support. Bye.